Good afternoon, Friday afternoon, a beautiful day. The SportsCage live from CKRM's studios in downtown Regina. Yes, you're hearing Sharky, the emergency backup broadcaster. The E-Bub is hosting the show today. Barney is in Waskesiu with Junior, who won his flight. Roman was the champion of his flight at the Junior Lobstick. So all the best to Roman Shinkruck. Look at my new hat. I like that. I like that new Shark logoed hat. Got to get on more of those. That's beautiful. Friday, great show. We got a lot going on today. Sponsor is unknown at this time. Is that correct, Wilson?
Sask Today.
Sask Today is the sponsor?
Yeah, for today.
For today. Okay, so for Friday's show, it's going to be Sask Today. Usually on Friday, Farhan Lalji jumps on. He will join us in the first hour. Obviously going to talk about Sunday's game in BC between the Riders and the BC Lions. Also, Farhan's been traveling the NFL training camps and some of the preseason that's going on. He'll bring us an update on his tours around there. As usual, on Friday or before a Rider game, we have Taco Time hot takes. So tell us your hot take. What do you think is going to be the hot take for Sunday's Rider game? Colson, how do you decide the winner of the hot take?
Either the best one or at random.
So you don't wait till next week to give it out?
No.
You give it out Friday?
I decide today. So today? If you have the best hot take, regardless of what it is, I might give it to you. If there's no clear winner, I spin a wheel.
All right. So it doesn't have to be anything that could actually happen, is what you're telling us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Bring us some Mexi fries.
Yeah.
Does that help tilt the scale? I could go for some Mexi fries.
If you notice that charming voice beside me, Mr. Dan Crofts of Croft Electric is joining us today. He's got all his wisdom and worldly knowledge that he will support us with. Earlier, we were having a discussion about changing an outlet, so there could be a full tutorial before the show's over today. Hour 2, Julio Caravata, the voice, or the, what are we going to call it? Color analyst for the BC Lions?
There you go.
There we go. Color analyst for the BC Lions will join us. We'll have Clutch Performer, as always. We got a NASCAR report with something special in it today because something cool is happening in NASCAR that involves Canada. Hour 3, of course, Luc Mullinder will join in. Luke will have all the insight we need on the Riders and what's going on Sunday. The sprinkle of the day, continuing with hot takes. And we've got, of course, got lots of Rider audio from Dave. Crofty, welcome. Thanks for joining me today.
No problem. So if you're the E-Bub, what am I, the E-Bub Bub?
Yeah.
E-Bub Bud?
You're the E-Bub.
E-Bub Bud.
Yeah, you're the backup.
You're the Zamboni driver.
You're the Zamboni driver. Exactly. So let's start off. What's your hot take? What do you got for taco time?
Well, I just want the Mexi fries.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, have you had them lately? I haven't.
They're good.
I'm a liter short of Mexi fries.
Yeah, the Mexi fries are good.
Hot take. You're prepared. I didn't prepare for that.
You didn't prepare?
Give me a minute. Let's. You go first.
Well, I do have a hot take, and I think based on the way these two teams have played over the course of the season and where they're at, this game's going to be won on a final play.
I agree, and I think it's kind of a quarterback showdown, if you will. You got the youth of Rourke and explosive energy, and you got the accuracy and the wily vet of Harris. If we can protect them, hopefully we got a couple of O-linemen back, which I think there's a possibility we're going to talk about that. So I think that's the key to the take. That'd be my hot take. It's quarterback against quarterback. And the different strengths of each quarterback will and could shine. I
love that analysis. I do. That's fantastic. Although I do think a kicker is going to win this game on the last play.
Agreed. But I mean, the kicker needs the quarterback to get him down the field.
So we need your Taco Time hot takes. So text those in. Where's that text line number? There it is. 306-936-6262. Send your hot takes in, and Colson will be the judge of what's really a good hot take and what's not. So whatever you've got, send it in through us, and we'll go from there. Last night, if you missed it, the Ottawa Red Blacks, man, are they bad. 46-60. They're so bad, they can't even hold the ball for a kick.
I just was going to say, how does that happen?
Oh, my God.
How does that happen?
That was terrible.
Yeah. Dumpster fire isn't even... I think they're past that.
That's too kind.
Yeah.
I don't even know... And I feel bad for some of the guys there, especially like Jake Mayer and some of the other guys that left Riderville to go there and are now experiencing this. I don't even know what is the next move. Like if you're a coach of an 0-10 team, how do you walk into that room and go, "We're still in this, boys," right? Like how do you fix that?
I saw him even say, "Well, we're still still can make the playoffs." He made a comment when he was getting interviewed, didn't he? I don't know.
I guess if they win out,
I mean, you can't. Mathematically, yes, he could. They fired their D coach already, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't think D was 100% their problem. And, well, I mean, it's half the problem.
Yeah.
But, and I do agree with you. Mayer is doing, like, he had flashes of brilliance against us.
Yeah.
He had a good game. I can't remember the numbers, but so it's not, can't 100% blame him. But then at the same time, like when they're constantly revolving door players and coaches and everything, how do they start on a foundation to build anything? Like you almost have to tear it back down.
And I don't disagree with you. I think they've done offenses okay. I'm not going to call them epic, but they're okay in Ottawa. They can move the ball, although they didn't have much luck against Montreal last night. But their defense has just been terrible, absolutely terrible.
I think the craziest part about the Ottawa-Montreal game is Ottawa was almost up like 17-0 if a few plays went right. Because there was that missed field goal that got brought all the way back, so that would have put them to 10 because they were up 7-0 initially. And then they threw an interception into the end zone.
Yes.
So they were almost up 17-0 or 17-7, which you're kind of like, hey, there's something here.
They need a break. They need a bounce.
Well, and if you think back to our game, we were close to going in tied at the half.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like exactly what you're saying. Like a one play one way or the other, and they have a different look going into the half of both. So
yeah, we've had a few people say on the show that they're just not mentally tough. When things start going wrong, it just starts compounding, and then their shoulders sag, and they're like, "Oh, here we go again. We can't do it."
When you're losing 9 games in a row, the mental toughness is hard to find. It is a challenge,
and it's 10 now.
Yes,
and again, they have nothing to build on, right? They have no. I don't think they really have a foundation of strength to start building on, like one piece of the game that is working for them,
working really well.
They can then go, okay, here we go. We're solid over here. Let's start building over here, and you can kind of start building off that.
Let's flip the coin on that game, Montreal. I mean, they should have. They're a team that should beat a team like Ottawa, but man, they looked sharp last night. They looked really, really good on all phases of the ball. Yeah.
It'll be fun coming down the stretch.
Well, we had the talk earlier coming in here. Davis Alexander and Philpott, they might have first place wrapped up by the time they show up here in October.
Yeah, they both might be sitting.
They might be sitting.
Other than Philpott wanted to break a bunch more records.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that finishes out for Montreal. With the Riders playing back-to-back, the last 3 games are back-to-back Montreal and Edmonton. They're all huge games, right? They're big opponents for the Riders.
Exactly. It just depends with, are we a game apart with Edmonton, so that game matters? Or are we 2 games apart and the game doesn't matter? Does Montreal have it locked up, so those games are boring? That's what the kind of question will be, but right now it looks like it should be super exciting. It
should be very, very exciting. CFL standings. Is there a crossover play? I was going to this earlier and I didn't get it finished.
There still is, technically. It just depends. Because Ottawa's out.
Ottawa's out.
Let's just say it. Hot take, Ottawa's out.
Hot take, yeah.
So then who is worse, Hamilton or Toronto? Because Toronto can't keep the ball in their offense's hands, but they can win some games.
Yep.
Hamilton has surprised some people, but Bo Levi is out for the season.
You can't think they're going to do that quarterback carousel they got going on now and be deep in the playoffs.
No,
right?
They'll find someone down the stretch who is acceptable, wins them some games, but is that good enough?
But I don't think third in the West is wide open. It's wide open between Winnipeg, BC, and Calgary.
I don't know about Winnipeg.
Any of them have the leg up on the other.
I don't know about Winnipeg.
Right now they're entrenched in third.
They are, but they keep shooting themselves in the foot. Like they've beaten Ottawa by like the skin of their teeth. And that's Ottawa.
Yeah.
Calgary can't win unless they score 40 points on offense.
Yeah, but they can score 40 points.
Well, they've only done it in 4 games.
Yeah, but they've won those 4.
All right. We're
I'm just saying.
in the parking lot, Colson. I can see where this is going right now.
Text me if you'd like to bet on that match.
Anyway, the standings are still in play. Obviously, the Riders and Edmonton 1 and 2 in the West, and Montreal running away with things in the East. Again, we want your Taco Time hot takes. We'll accept all texts at 306-936-6262 on the Prairie Land text line. Please send us all your information. Let us know what's going on. Oh, don't write a novel. I'm unable to read novels. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Alex Hale will throw a touchdown on a botched game-winning field goal attempt after a bad snap. That's possible. It's very possible. Yeah. Colson doesn't give me the text line to see all the time, so if you're wondering why I'm not reading it, he's hiding it from me. Coming up at 3:15, or very shortly, we will have Farhan Lalji joining us, and we'll get all the news of the BC Lions as well as his top stuff on the NFL camps. Are we going to go to break? There we go. We got the break symbol. Colson has said, take a break. And when we come back, Farhan Lalji will join us. This is SportsCage on 620 CKRM. Joining us on the Western Pizza guest hotline from his car. I'm assuming your car. Maybe you're on the road somewhere and it's a rental. Farhan Lalji, welcome.
Yeah, it's not a rental. I just got home after like 24 hours of travel hell. I did a bunch of NFL training camps, and then I went to Virginia to visit my son, who's at a prep school now. He just moved over there like a week ago. And I came back, and flights got delayed, flights got canceled, connections got missed. I had to stay in Denver an extra night last night and then rolled in this morning. So I'm just picking up my day. As soon as I land, I've been hitting the ground running.
Good for you. That's quite a schedule you got to do covering the country like that. Amazing travel. Farhan, BC Lions, they look to be back on the right track. Everybody's picking them this week over the Riders. Do you see the same thing?
Yes, but it's far from a foregone conclusion. And I think everybody picked them at the beginning of the week when they didn't know what the Riders roster was going to look like, right? And now all of a sudden, you get Sam Emilus back, you get some offensive linemen back. There's a couple of others that are scheduled to get back this week as well. James Letcher. So when you look at it, you think, okay, wow, like these guys aren't necessarily the team that lost to Hamilton last week, right? There's a lot more there. There's a lot more key pieces that are available to them right now. So, I still think BC's defense is playing really well right now. I don't think they're going to get hemorrhaged like they did the first game, where the big three receivers for Saskatchewan and Trevor Harris just ate them alive. I think it'll be a better game this time around that way. So I think BC will win, but it's a coin flip game in my mind.
Yeah, I thought the first game of the year was the two best teams in the CFL in the preseason were starting off. Riders came out on top. I still see BC as one of the top teams. What changes have they made, though, to their offense? Because they moved a lot of bodies in and out the last couple of weeks. Have they got any changes to offense as they come in?
Well, I think the changes haven't really been on offense. I think they've just slowly gotten healthier on offense, right? Because when you look at those first couple of games, right? I mean, they just lost everybody, right? Javon Katoy got hurt. McKinnis, Hatcher, everybody was dealing with something at various points there. So they put a bunch of guys on 6 game, right after that game, and then eventually now they're slowly getting everybody back. They're still missing a couple of pieces up front, but I think those guys are on the way as well. So that's been the biggest thing, that side of the ball. But I think defensively is kind of where they've made their biggest improvements, because when you look at those first 2 games, Trevor Harris and Bo Levi Mitchell, they faced them in back-to-back weeks to open the season and just got destroyed, right? So they haven't faced quarterbacks of that caliber since, but then also they've made some improvements on the back end. I mean, and a lot of it, quite frankly, has been coaching related, right? In terms of simplifying scheme, putting players in a position to get better. And they've had a lot of rotating casts on that side of the ball, but they've just kind of been able to plug and play because they haven't gotten overly complicated. And then up front, those guys are slowly starting to be a little bit more disruptive. Benavides has become really good at timing up when he wants to blitz, as opposed to earlier in the season, he just wasn't going to do it. Trevor Harris is a really difficult quarterback to blitz because he gets the ball out of his hands so quickly. He can diagnose hots really quick, right? So we'll see how that plays out. But I just think they've been strategic with their blitzes. They're tackling better in the secondary, and they're simplified in the secondary. And those have been the biggest changes. Now, if their special teams ever caught up, they might be pretty good, but their cover teams and their return teams are abysmal.
Yes, that's been their weakness. It has been one of their weaknesses this year, without a doubt. Hey, you've been traveling around going to NFL camps, doing that tour. LA Rams. Somebody asked me today, what's Sam Darnold up to? What's going on? What's happening in LA? Tell me all the things about the Rams.
Well, you're talking about Aaron Donald, not Sam Darnold, because he's in Seattle. Yeah. Well, I think everybody believes that Donald is going to come back, right? I mean, he continues to work out for the team, and it's just, and I thought initially that the contract piece might be the hard part because he still has $30 million owing on his deal, right? Because when a player retires, that contract doesn't die, right? It's still with the team if he decides to come back. So I thought that was the bigger issue, but I think he really wants to make sure that he can come back and play, not necessarily at the same level, but close to the same level. So I just think he's kind of going to go through a process, but I don't know that you come back and spend as much time as you do working out, as much time as you do at the facility, and then all of a sudden say, "Nah, I'm good." Right? I don't see that happening. So, and I think when you look at Sean McVay, I think the one thing that's really clear is he understands what his veteran players need. Like when we were down there, Matt Stafford was only practicing every second day. Like he didn't have an injury. He's just old, right? So you got to make sure that you let him stay as fresh as you can, right? And then Devontae Adams wasn't practicing that day. Myles Garrett was back on the field for the first time in 5 days, but really wasn't doing anything. Again, this was a couple of weeks ago now, but they continue to take a slow approach with all those key guys because this is a team that is absolutely built to win now. Outside maybe a Puka Nacua, and certainly like a Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson who they've just added, like their key players, the players that make them the super team are old and they got to figure that out. So, McVay knows how to handle that.
What other stops have you made on your NFL preseason tour?
Well, the first segment, we did all the California camps, which includes the Cowboys, right, who are at Oxnard. And then this last one, I did Denver and Kansas City. So, and then I've got Seattle kind of on a regular basis. So it's been good. Like you see all of a sudden, like you look at a team like the Chargers and everyone thought, okay, look, their offensive tackles are going to be back. It's going to be great news for Justin Herbert. You got Mike McDaniel as your offensive coordinator. Now their center goes down with what looks like a serious injury, right? So, you could be back to square one again with, an offensive line that isn't necessarily healthy. You look at a team like San Francisco, just constant injury, like constant, right? Nick Bosa still hasn't gone 11 on 11 yet. They're constantly managing Christian McCaffrey, right? I know he made it through the full season last year, but injury for him to me is always a concern. So, how are those situations being managed in the early stages of training camp? Team like Dallas, their offense is going to be good, right? Everybody's back and they were awesome last year, but what are they going to do defensively? Where's the pass rush going to come from? They've added Caleb Downs, but there's still holes in other parts. So just kind of seeing what the rosters actually look like after offseason moves. And sometimes it becomes difficult because, injuries and just roster management, especially right now, because right now is the middle of camp. It's the dog days and they want to make sure they got it right. And then, Kansas City, just watching Patrick Mahomes be Patrick Mahomes, like he's going to be really good again. I have concerns at receiver for the Chiefs, but I have no concerns with Patrick Mahomes being able to bounce back.
Don't you see Kansas City as an old team, like very mature, a little bit like LA, but maybe not in such a position to win?
Not really. Like when you look at their offensive, when you look at their offensive line, like when you look at age, okay, Mahomes just turned 30. That's not old, even for his style of play. Their interior offensive line, which is a real strength, isn't old. Chris Jones on the defensive side, you could make that argument that he's not getting any younger, but they've also added a couple of pieces on the defensive line in the draft in Peter Woods and R. Mason Thomas, who are going to be really, really key contributors for them. And then you look at a player like Kenneth Walker, if he can stay healthy, he's going to take a lot of pressure off other pieces in that offense. And then they're trying to rebuild their secondary. So inherently they're young outside of maybe L'Jarius Sneed, who's still only 29. We'll see if he can kind of get his game back to a really, really high level. But I don't know that they're old. I just think we're so used to seeing this team at the end of every season. We assume they're old, but outside of Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, and Kelsey's the only one that's old. I don't even know that Jones is old yet. My defensive linemen have the ability to generally wear miles. And Kelce wasn't a real big piece of their team a year ago, right? So if you're relying on Kelce to be that guy, I don't think that's going to be the key to them getting back to the Super Bowl, right?
So I'm going to switch us back to the CFL because I want to talk about Ottawa. We talked about it earlier. We brought it up. We looked around. Yeah. We talked about a garbage fire. Right? What can be done? What should they do? What is an option for them?
Well, look, I think there's going to be some front office changes in the offseason. And I think, I'm not critical of those people. I think they're good people. I just think that it becomes difficult when you've had kind of one, road playoff game in 5 years and a team that's looked like this. I think eventually it's going to lead to a level of change. That's just kind of the way professional sports work. I think that, it'd be easy to blame Jake Mayer for their problems and say they're really bad at quarterback. And while, he might be the 9th best starting quarterback in the league, you also got huge problems in front of them in terms of offensive line, and they've got huge problems in the secondary. And those are areas that have been constant problems for this team. They've just never been able to solve it. And they've tried, right? You can't be overly critical because they drafted Dante Bull a few years ago, number 1 overall. Most teams would have done that, right? And it just didn't work out. They got Drew Desjardins back. They got Gio Vaccaro in the last draft really high, and he looks like he may have worked, but overall they've just never been able to fix it, right? As much as they've tried and thrown money at the problem, and so there's a lot of areas they need to fix. I would take a lesson from Ed Hervey and how he's kind of systematically approached different areas of his team, and because there's some building to do there. But when you look at this team, it's internal and it's cultural as well. They're losers, right? That's just kind of how it is. And when, I don't like to say that, but when you get last game, you have that field goal, and in every Ottawa game, there's one moment like that, like a pick six or just some improbable moment that is ridiculous. And as soon as that moment happens, the game is over. Right? I think it was a tie game when that field goal got messed up in yesterday's game.
They lose all their mode.
Right?
Yeah.
You're right here. It's 7-7. You're looking at it and what? Right? The same punter that had that embarrassing moment at the start of the year where he couldn't touch a guy to get him at the sideline and it looked really, really soft and bad, makes that play. And right there, the game was lost. Right? At 14-7, it was over. Because, once they trail, they're just not explosive enough to come back and do some things. They just let it snowball because that's what they are. And when you lose this much, that's what happens. And any one of those players could go to a different team and step into a different culture and win. But collectively, they lose. That's what they do.
So has Dinwiddie lost the locker room then? Is he kind of
No, honestly, Dan, I don't think so, because when you look at the late stages of that game, they were still fighting. Right? They caused a turnover late when it looked like they were going to get, Montreal was going to get a 50 burger. There are moments where they're still trying. They're just incredibly limited. Right? And so I don't know that he's lost the room where they think the coach sucks. This guy's a 2-time Grey Cup winner, right? If there's one guy that's safe in Ottawa, it's Ryan Dinwiddie. He's not going anywhere. I mean, Mark Gowdy has said as much, right? He's got proof of concept. So the players know that we can't quit on this guy and get fired. If you quit on this guy, he'll cut you, which he's shown, right? They've gotten rid of guys, including Geno Lewis and others. So they have no problem, because I think they understand the culture problems in that room run deep. So the players can't win by quitting.
Right.
You brought up Geno Lewis. He's gone silent. Where is he going to land, or is he going to land, or what's going to happen to him?
Well, Geno's going to need an injury to land at this point in the season, right? And then next year, if he lands, and he's a good player, but he's not going to be able to make the type of money that he's been used to making, right? So I still think there's a market for Geno, but right now, I just don't see it happening unless a team loses a key piece, an X, a specific X, not a slot, for the season. Would you try to disrupt your roster by bringing in a guy like Geno Lewis? But again, that's not a criticism of the player. It's just where we're at this point in the season, right? I certainly wouldn't blame Geno Lewis for the problems in Ottawa, but they obviously felt they needed him to make some changes, and he was part of it.
Feel bad for him because he's a good player. Should be playing on somebody's team and has the ability to contribute.
He should.
So, yeah.
And he may yet, right? We're halfway through the season. It doesn't take much to get a guy like that in.
You just know it's not going to be Edmonton. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to be Edmonton. No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. And he may feel the need at some point to play for less. You got a lot of money up front, right? So he may feel the need to say, okay, well, I just want to rebuild my value for next year. And, you might be able to get him with a month left in the season.
Yeah. So as we wrap this up today, and we didn't talk about them, and I think it's going to be a long season in Vancouver. We look forward to hearing how the Canucks are doing and what epic changes are going on in that organization that maybe they can get on closer to 500 next year.
Boy, I hope not. I hope they're horrible again so they can get another high draft pick, right? Because that's really what they need. They need to acquire talent. So rather than being 500 and mushy middle and be the 20th team in the league and miss the playoffs, like you should be 30th or 32nd and try to find a way to get a good pick. But, they're also kind of doing similar things. We talk about culture in Ottawa. The Canucks are trying to work that part of the organization as well, right? When you bring in some, veteran defensemen, like a Luke Shen and Alexiak and these guys like, they're, and Brendan Gallagher up front. And, those guys aren't there for a playoff run. They're there to help rebuild the culture in that room. And, and the Sedin twins and Ryan Johnson understand that. So they want to, create situations where some of their young players can develop. But, will they be better next year? Sure they will. Coaching alone, Manny Malhotra over Adam Foote and a reasonable system will make them better, but they're just not a good roster. So, and you've made me break my rule, Sharky. I don't talk hockey in July and August. It's in my contract. Ask Barney. So figure that out, young man.
I apologize for putting you in that bad spot with your rule, but I've just been watching to see what's going to happen with that team out there. Hey, Farhan, I really appreciate you jumping on with the busy schedule you got and all the travel you've been doing, and I look forward to talking to you next week.
Gentlemen, have a great weekend and enjoy the Rider game on Sunday.
You too. Take care.
Thanks, Farhan.
Thanks, Farhan. On our Western Pizza guest hotline, Farhan Lalji joining us from his car in Vancouver, British Columbia, as he's trying to return to a normal state of life. When we come back, we'll have some Rider audio. We've got some feed from that. We're going to have our sprinkle of the day. We're going to bring that up early. We're going to throw the sprinkle in there because we've got a special talk in the sprinkle. It's a SportsCage on 620 CKRM. Special edition of Friday SportsCage. Barney's on the road. He's up at the Junior Lobstick in Waskesiu. So Sharky's hosting today, the E-Bub, and the E-Bub, the backup broadcaster to me, Danny Crofts, is joining us in studio. And when this superset is together, it's from Flooring Superstore. That's what you got to think. The supers are here. It's for Flooring Superstore. That's
Superstars.
Superstars. Super guys. Super stuff. Hey, last night I had a really unique opportunity to go to a concert in a backyard in Lakeview and Regina, put on a band by the Fermenters. 4 young guys, early 20s, playing tunes. They were fantastic.
All right, hold on here. We need more.
What do you need?
The band name is Fermenters?
Fermenters.
Do they make beer?
I don't think they do. No, I don't think they ferment anything. They're not even young enough to spoil. Like, they're still young. They're like early 21. But they were good.
All right,
they
keep
were
going.
very, very
Sorry,
good.
I just had to.
So then there was a spin-off of the conversation, top 10 albums of all time.
Okay.
And right away, one of the guys threw out Fleetwood Mac, Rumors.
Yep, I would say that one.
That would be in your list?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tragically Hip, Up to Here.
Or I'd even go Road Apples.
Road Apples as well. Back when they were still raw and not as polished.
Yeah.
I liked them better then. Garth, Rope in the Wind.
You could throw any Garth Brooks albums in
Yep.
there, as far as I'm concerned. Right?
AC/DC, a couple of the...
Back in Black.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
There's got to be a Stones album in there.
Oh, for sure.
There's got to be a Beatles album in there.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, what do we got there? About half dozen so far?
So that's what we want. You can also text that in as one of your Taco Time hot takes, a top 10 album.
I like it.
Right? And if you win Taco Time hot takes, it's a $50 gift card. Right, Colson? $50?
Yep, $50 to Taco Time.
How many Mexi fries can you get for $50?
I like it. Let's
Is a hot sauce extra?
No, that comes free. That's my favorite thing. Eh? Just a Mexi fry and just dip it in the hot sauce.
Oh, it's
not
so
that,
good.
The Mexi Supreme or whatever it's called. Just a pure, clean Mexi fry and dip it in the hot sauce.
Do they have a side of cheese too?
Yeah, that's on the Supreme. It's not my thing.
Okay, all right.
Funny story though.
Go ahead.
You know, I have a cousin that's married to a Mexican girl.
Yes.
Every time I go through a Taco Time drive-through, I send her a picture of the Mexi fries, and I ask her why she never makes them for me. And she responds back sharply. Those are tater tots.
Those are not.
But they're the best tater tots ever. Something that Taco Time does to them to make them Mexi fries is delicious.
Yeah, they are fantastic. So again, we want your hot takes for the Taco Time $50 gift card. Can be about the Rider game on Sunday, but today we're throwing in a little extra. We're looking for top 10 albums of all time. Colson, what do you got? You're pretty young.
I was going to say half of those albums you were listing, I don't think I even recognized. So I know some of the band names, but I don't know the albums.
Well, it's got to be a Zeppelin album in there.
That's
Led
even
Zeppelin,
older
yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Well, what would yours be? What would be a classic?
Give me a
current?
minute and I will think of one. But you can keep rattling them off. I'm also trying to. Taco Time's website is not working right now, and I can't figure out how many Mexi fries we can get.
Yeah, because that's one of your departments, is to figure out how many Mexi fries. Before we get to the sprinkle of the day and talk about what's going on in the gambling, we have some great rider audio for today, and we'll go. Dave had a chance to have a chat with Micah Johnson.
Micah Johnson, halfway into your first season of retirement. Has things slowed down? Are you playing bingo?
Not too much. I definitely think things have slowed down as far as coaching goes. Just getting that rhythm routine. It's been getting easier and easier for me. So it's been good. It's been good.
I know as a player, you're very much a routine-oriented entity. As a coach, is it the same type but a different routine?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same type, just different routine. Placing your energy in different places. It's not so much of, it's more mental. It's more mental. So all the physical load, all the extra things you should do to make sure your body's prepared. Now it's just all the mental game, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure the guys are prepared, giving them as much tools as I can and just as much answers as I can for, the game day, which is test day.
Analyze what you have in that defensive line room and how you've seen them progress this year.
I think it's a good mix of vets and young guys. I think the vets in the room done a good job kind of taking lead, taking the young guys out of the wing, and testament to the young guys have been doing a great job learning. Everybody comes to work with a great attitude. It's been awesome, and just I think it's cool too because we have a mixed bag of players. A lot of guys have different specialties. We have guys with different sizes, different strengths. So for me, it's just about finding guys' strengths and just trying to grow on them as much as I can, so they can just be better players on game day.
How does your coaching style have to change? For example, you've got, let's say, James Vaughter, who's got a number of games under his belt, to somebody like Derek Roberson, who's just joining the league.
Honestly, for me, and I mean the guys respect it. I don't think it really changed for player. Like I'm a coach regardless, and I'm a coach a player regardless, and they respect that. Why, way I identified that when camp came, and I told them what my job is, and it's to push guys and make guys better. So versus be James or just like you said, Derek, a first-year guy, I think it's my job to coach him the same and talk to him the same. So everybody gets that.
Against BC, they've had a running game that has been very dynamic the last 3 to 4 weeks. Your group will be tested. How do you make sure they're prepared? Is it the back that you're preparing for or the scheme you're preparing for?
Sometimes it comes into a combination of both, but mainly it's scheme, right? And it's just identifying the different personnels, what the offense is trying to do, where they're trying to attack, how these runs are hitting, are they staying front side, back side? So all those type of things is, what I'm taking the time to analyze throughout the week so I can just bring it to the guys. So for us, it's definitely more scheme oriented, and just when you have they have a stable of running backs now, if you're talking Horvath as well as Butler. So for us, it's definitely more scheme-oriented and guys just being where they need to be and doing their job. That's really the main thing that pops up in the run game is just guys wind up doing too much and lose gaps and different things like that. So discipline ball usually kills most run games.
All right, finally, I get to ask you about your dual knowledge base in defensive and offensive line. You've seen Matthew Betts of the BC Lions. You've been an offensive lineman before. What makes him special or tick?
I've started with his explosiveness and his get-off. I think he's one of the more explosive guys off the edge, if not the most explosive guys off the edge. You have a few guys like the Clarence Hicks and the Flows, but he has that just has that special twitch. So for him, it's just trying to disrupt him as much as you can. A lot of offenses go, they'll chip, you'll bring tight ends, different things, sub action, just kind of to throw him off kilter. But you got to have, because if he's a guy that could just pin his ears back and rush on the edge, it's going to be problems pretty much for any tackle, just but off his explosive nature. So first thing that pops out for me is just his get off and how fast and intense he's moving and rushing.
Better watch out, offensive lineman. That was pretty good. Micah, thanks so much for doing this.
No problem. Awesome. Anytime.
That was a great convo.
Micah Johnson.
And I kept holding my button. My bad. There we go.
Want to hear it again?
All right.
Yeah.
Mexi Fry update.
Yes. So I have 2 answers for you. The short answer is 8. You can get 8 orders of Mexi Fries.
For $50?
For $50. The question
8 orders. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The question is, because there's large and regular. So if you do 8 orders of large Mexi Fries, it comes out to $50.32. So you got to bring a little bit of change.
I'll pitch in the 32.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you're just using your gift card, You drop one of the large orders to a regular, it's $48. There you go.
Okay, there you go.
I like it.
That's enough.
And information on the SportsCage.
Yeah, valuable information on the SportsCage. Hey, let's go to Sprinkle of the Day.
I don't have an intro for that. We just bring
we
it up.
had a special intro. I thought
No,
there was a
want me
big
to sing?
start. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I can give you a cha-ching, but that's
There
about
you
it.
All right, let's bring it up on the screen. What does Sports Select got for us? Oh, we're going to look at NASCAR. All right, I like it.
Ooh.
This is futures on the Cup Series champion. All right, let's open that up. Let's see what we got there.
You're looking for the winner, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that's just the winner for Sunday, August 23rd.
Yeah, that's a Dollar Tree. Click the top one.
The top one.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah, Hamlin, a 2-1. Yeah, Blaney, Tyler Reddick. I think Reddick's priced a little high right there.
Yeah, he's falling
He's
right now.
falling.
He started off with a bang, and I think whatever they figured out, the rest of the teams have figured out what they figured out and have caught up to them.
Who's the guy you like? And I see his number down there.
I mean, my driver is Elliott, and at 9.5, that's not a bad bet. But if I was going to sprinkle on a guy that's really coming alive in this last half of the season, and is coming alive, is old Joey Pots and Pans Logano.
Joey Logano. He's at 22 right now. Nice little $5 bet would turn out well for you. I think Chase Briscoe, who's right above him at 14.5, is another good pick. Briscoe's part of the Joe Gibbs Racing team that has had a fantastic year. So there we go. There's your sprinkle of the day. If you're looking for your futures, NASCAR, Logano is probably the best money right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, for a cheap sprinkle and maybe get a big
payout.
Mexi Fry payday.
It would work really good to take Joey Logano. Hey, thanks to Sports Select for providing us with Sprinkle of the Day. Some great options. You can do it right on your phone. Create a QR code. Walk into the Sports Select station. Scan the QR code. Place your bet right there. Or do it the old-fashioned way with paper. By the way, Barney and I did really well last week with our run to the...
with the under.
With the under, yes. We were actually a little nervous at the end. We were yelling at the screens, but we got the under, so it all worked out good. When we come back, Sports Ticker.
We got a couple texts first if you want. There's a few albums
got some
here.
Text? All right.
Try with the music. Oh yeah, we got a Pink Floyd.
Okay. You know that? You can't go wrong with Dark Side of the Moon.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I like it, Captain Harvey. Yeah.
Oh, Michael Jackson, Thriller. Okay, yeah. Good job, Pat. That's not a bad one.
Not my genre, but I will agree.
But you got it as an iconic top 10 kind of album. What about the Swizzle? I mean, we were talking about Kelsey earlier, Taylor Swift. She's got to have an album that would be iconic. Not my, the countryside back when she was singing about Tim McGraw. I was all about that.
I didn't picture
teardrops on my guitar.
I didn't picture you going Taylor Swift on me.
No, but I mean, if you want to talk about albums that are, she'd have to be in the conversation.
Okay, I'll give you that. I wouldn't have even thought of her, but yes, I could. Is that something that Colson can relate to? Is that
I can relate to Taylor Swift country. I can relate to that one. Yeah, teardrops on my guitar or Our Song.
Yeah,
that's
is it Our Song? Like You and I?
Well,
please no, please don't let it be you two.
Hey,
please.
Before you know it, my wife is going to jump in the text line. So be careful.
Nice. Do we have another Taco Time hot takes for the Rider game? Was there any coming in on that?
I didn't see any. I'll give mine. Tommy touchdown, gets back in the end zone 3 times again, gets his hat trick back on track. So that's my hot take.
I like the last second field goal.
I like the Tommy TD.
And what do you got?
I'm still the Mexi Fries. I get them in my head, and all I can see is Mexi potato goodness.
Okay, that's awesome, Danny. Mexi Fries locked into the back of your brain. If anybody can deliver Mexi Fries to the studio for Crofty, that'd be really helpful. Yeah, he might be able to focus then after that. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will have the ticker for Reliance Heath. This is SportsCage on 620 CKRM. Sports Ticker, what's going on tonight? Winnipeg is in Edmonton to take on the Elks. Big game for the Riders watching that, as they need the Elks to lose so the Riders can stay in that battle for first place. Jays are at the Yankees at 5:05. Jays have got themselves back in the playoff mix. Are they actually in today?
They might be really close. They might just be behind.
Half game back.
Yeah, here, let me pull that up real quick. Keep
What
your
do you
ticker
got?
going.
Keep going. All right. This weekend on the 23rd, Thunder hosts the Winnipeg Rifles. Thunder are 2-0. Rifles are 0-2. Thunder are off to a great start. Looking to expand on that, and I believe that game is at Leibel Field Sunday afternoon.
The Thunder's game? I'll check that in a second. Blue Jays are a half game back. Rangers and Twins right now are tied for the last spot.
There we go.
The Twins have the edge in the series, it looks like.
So there you go. There's your sports ticker for Reliance Heath. Rent a water heater and a water softener for about $1.20 a day and get $400 back when you switch to Reliance Heath. All right, we're still looking for our Taco Time hot takes, and we're accepting hot takes on greatest album of all time.
I thought it was top 10.
There'll be a top 10 before we're done.
Like greatest, that puts way more pressure on it. Greatest ever?
The greatest,
Like you're trapped on an island and you got one album.
Ooh, that's different.
Well, same idea, right?
Nickelback?
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Nickelback.
Yeah.
I was thinking of those, what were those 80s, the song when you used to put them out?
The
KTL Records Hot 100. Take that one. Take one of those.
At least then you get some mix. Yeah. You get a little change over the course of time.
The video hits top 100 from 91.
So the Thunder are hosting the Rifles, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that part right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Riders going into BC on Sunday. I don't want to say they played bad against Hamilton. I would instead say Hamilton's defense played really, really well. Right? Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that?
Yep.
I think that was the difference in that game was Hamilton's defense, not so much the Riders' mistakes, but how well Hamilton's defense played. And, I mean, they got some takeaways. They got a couple lucky bounces. They got some plays, but they got those because they're in the right place at the right time.
Well, and, I mean, we're missing some key points that are key pieces, I shouldn't say points. When we don't have a good run game right now, you can't. Both aspects of the offensive side are running on.
We're missing some key people. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. Getting Nemelis back and Quali Connolly. We believe Connolly's going to be good to go.
I've been told 95% chance he's starting.
Yeah, I would think that would be closer to 99 by game day. I thought Connolly's been really good. I thought in the games he's been in, he's been a dynamic piece.
He has, and that's what I'm saying. They get those where they're scared of both the run and the throw, the long ball. The different spread out the defense a little bit helps Harris, gives him more time. Get his O-line, get a couple pieces back on the O-line, give him that high. And he doesn't need a lot of time to get rid of the ball, but he does need a little bit of time. So
I know we're excited for Conley to come back. I will say though, like Star Thomas did really well for what he was asked to do.
Yeah.
And on that Johnny Johnson, the touchdown catch, his first one, Justin Dunk actually pointed it out to us during the broadcast. He laid out a block that completely decleated a linebacker. Like, it was so good. So I'll show you guys here. But if you're not watching the stream, you can come back and watch it later. Look at this block here. Bam.
Yeah, he did.
Slams the guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, again.
No knock on Thomas.
Absolutely.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Did what he was asked. Did a phenomenal job of that. Again, just where they are in the chart, right?
Yeah.
So
it's pro football.
Yeah, it's like, this much better kind of thing. You just a couple players that are that much better. Like, again, same like you just said, a lot of
could
the
be a salary thing too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, and why are we having so much trouble with that Hamilton quarterback? When he was in Edmonton, he gave us trouble. Now he's in Hamilton giving us trouble. And I don't call him like a specific style of quarterback. He's like a sandlot quarterback. He's all over the place. Why is this so much trouble for us?
Probably exactly that. How do you prepare for him when he just makes up plays on the go?
Rolls out, throws a bomb to the end zone. Yeah.
Right.
You're not usually expecting that.
He's like, back when you were playing you're writing on your hand. Okay, I want you to run out towards the tree.
You be the bottle cap. You be the broken glass, and you be the round stick. Yeah, this is where you go. I get the feeling of that when we watch him play. That's some of what he's doing out there. And look at this pass. Yeah. And what a catch.
Yeah.
What a catch.
We're watching the Trey Ford to Carrot Wheatfall from this last weekend,
So, give Wheatfall all the credit for that. And Trey Ford, I mean, who rolls out and throws a bomb? Like who?
Trey Ford, Doug Flutie.
Yeah,
those
type of guys. Those type of players.
Oh, Michael Vick, can't forget him.
But I didn't think our defense played terrible against him.
No, agreed. And it was just a little, and I mean, there was talk about how they were set, they weren't ready for him. But they have to be ready for everybody. Right?
Yeah.
Professional athletes. But no, I don't think they played terrible. It just was a tick better.
Yeah, Hamilton, and I think Hamilton's defense took advantage of more opportunities than ours. So we're going to go face BC Sunday afternoon, a rare Sunday afternoon game in the CFL. Your thoughts on where we are against the Lions?
Well, like we were talking earlier, like are the Lions truly back? First of all, right? Are they seem to be on their upswing, and we seem to be a little bit on a downward angle. So, but are they truly back? Are they healthy? Are they? Is it just is it legit?
Yeah,
I know everybody's betting on them. Everybody's saying they're going to beat us. We've talked about it. We think it'll be by a field goal or a few points. But are they back?
Farhan made some interesting points when we talked to him earlier, and he talked about their secondary and how they've changed things up in their secondary to simplify that process. And I think he's right. I think they have simplified what they do. The Riders, though, I still think have 3 to 4 bona fide receivers that can challenge them, and getting MLS back in the mix is a big deal. What do you see for Harris for having opportunities on offense?
Well, I think the key there is those two O-line back. We need to protect Harris. We need to give him that time. We need that. If they get to Harris, we're in trouble. Yeah. So there we go. Yes.
Yeah, we've got the injury report here.
So
MLS, Zach Fry, Daniel Johnson, James Letcher Jr., Ali Saad, all listed as available for this game.
Right. So Fry and Johnson are, the old 2 O-line guys. If they can protect Harris. I mean, Harris went untouched in the Grey Cup. How many times was he touched in Hamilton?
I got a couple. Right? Yeah.
So I mean, he
got ruffled a bit.
Yeah. So he needs to be protected, and I think having the 2 O-line guys back, giving him a few extra seconds, keep him on his feet are the keys, as well as giving him targets. Right. MLS being back, of course, is a key target and key piece. So I think those things, and a little luck. I think my hot take. You want it?
Yeah.
We beat them badly.
Well,
that's my hot take. I know you think they're gonna win by a field goal. I'm going. We're gonna beat them badly.
Do you have a spread you want to put out there? Ooh. What do you think? 17? Is that enough?
It's over 2 scores. So I'd say let's make the over under 16.5.
Wow.
That's a big spread.
That's a big spread.
Because here
we're going to come into BC.
That's a big call.
We're going to smash their watermelons.
Oh, I got Sports Select right here. They've got the spread at 1.5. It is tight.
Those guys, what do they know?
So Crofty's not setting the point spread. It's just Sports Select. 61.5 over under. I think that's low.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's low.
I think we're going to score some points.
I think you
getting MLS back. I think a few deep bombs.
Yeah.
Get him back in the game.
Yeah, I got a 36-33, something like that, 35-33 final score. I think that's a little low. BC is favored slightly at 220 to 245, but I think your point spread's a little big at 16.
Probably why I don't.
Yeah, you're not setting the line. Sports
not making a living at betting.
Thank goodness. Oh my God, that's a big number. When we come back in hour 2, we will be joined by Julio Caravata, the the color man for the BC Lions. We'll have some Rider audio. We'll get more of your Taco Time hot takes for this game, clutch performer, and the NASCAR report. This is a SportsCage on 620 CKRM. Welcome back. Hour 2 of the SportsCage Friday afternoon. If you're wondering where Barney is, he is somewhere between here and Waskesiu with his son Roman.
Real question. How many people are wondering that?
Somebody might be.
Just me, actually. I was really wondering where he was.
So somebody might go, who's this guy we're listening to and why is he on there? The emergency backup broadcaster is in. Barney's on his way back from up north with Roman, who is at the Junior Lobstick. We do have some of your Taco Time hot takes coming in. Hot take from Brad in Saskatoon. Running back Conley has a big game running the ball. More big plays from screen passes out of our backfield. He also predicts that BC wins 39-33. Oh, was that last week? Really? I got to read the bottom one. Well, why do you keep giving me the wrong ones then?
Jeez. I don't have any control over that. Just read the highlighted one.
Oh, man. Okay, so you don't deserve a raise then. That was part of this thing.
You can't read.
Now, but I can read. I just didn't know they were old.
It says a date right there.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Brad's hot take is that James Letcher Jr. breaks a punt return for a touchdown, and he can't find odds for it currently, but that's his hot take.
All right. Okay, Brad, thanks a lot, and I'll look at the date next time to make sure I got things more clear. Great.
I like Brad.
Sure you do. Sure, very nice.
Anybody that makes you tongue-tied.
Well, before we get to Julio, though, we do have some Rider audio from today. Coach Mace took a few moments, and he has a few comments on Xander Horvath brought to BC.
Yeah, I think it's just a breath of juice, kind of. You know what I mean? You don't want to take anything away from James and what he's been to that team, and I'm sure will continue to be for that team. Xander's just gave him a little bit more juice, I think. And the guys you could tell they're kind of feeding off of it. So, really good football player, man. Tough challenge.
He has been a good addition for him, without a doubt.
For sure. Like that's something we're going to have to pay attention to.
No doubt about it. I think whenever somebody can come into their offense and add something like that, it's something we got to pay attention to. What did Coach Mace see in BC after their 3 straight wins?
I think anytime you can string together some wins, I think as a team you feel that confidence. Obviously, getting Nathan back certainly helps. Their defense is playing really well. They're playing together right now, and they're playing some complementary football. So, man, they're a good team, and we're going into somebody else's house. I'm sure they're happy to be playing, back in BC Place as well. So, the cards are stacked for us. Let's go see who we are.
I've detected a theme, and everybody's talked about it today, from Farhan to us to Coach Mace. It's their defense and their secondary has made some improvements. Do you give us the edge offensively because MLS is back, or do you give them the edge?
From my hot take, I'm definitely giving us the edge.
Yeah, it's 16.5 point spread.
But no, I think, again, Emma's coming back and our D-line, our O-line guys coming back. I don't know if it, I think it's going to be a great improvement. I think we definitely need it as the Riders. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a battle. And again, I think if you're going to ask me if would I take a Nathan Rourke coming back or a steady Eddie Trevor Harris, Wiley Vet, Harris all day long.
I like that. I do think earlier in the year, when especially the first game of the year, we talked about them being 1-2 in the league at that time. And sorry, Montreal fans, if any of you are listening, but we did talk about BC and the Riders being 1-2. Are we back to that spot where they're 1-2, or does Edmonton keep a spot there in the West?
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully, and I'm going to throw up in my mouth a little bit here, but I'm cheering for Winnipeg this tonight to beat. There it is.
Yeah. Slightly sick.
Yeah. Just a sec.
Yeah.
But I think it is in the West for sure. I think it's us and BC. I think is, but Montreal obviously is a problem in the East for us, but in the West, it's us and BC in my mind.
We won't see Montreal till the third last weekend of the season with a home-and-home with them before a final game against Edmonton. And I'm not trying to ask anybody to predict what's going to happen at that time, but obviously there's a lot of things that could take place. Do we even care about Montreal? Are we even looking at them at this point of what they're doing, or we just say, we'll worry about that in a month from now?
Well, yeah, for sure. What they're doing in the East doesn't really affect what we need to get done in the West. We'll just meet them in the Grey Cup, right? Let's call a spade. That's what we're all.
Okay, that's where you're going.
That's what we're all aiming for. So you're right. We have to worry about BC this weekend, and then I think we were talking about this earlier. We have a home and home with Edmonton as well at the end of the season. Do we not?
Not a home and home. No.
So October 12th, we're in Montreal for the Thanksgiving Day game, Thanksgiving Monday. Then they come here for the Saturday game, and then Edmonton's here to wrap up the season Saturday, October 24th. Yeah.
Well, hopefully that game means nothing.
But if it means something, that'd be really exciting.
Yes, for sure.
But I've mentioned this a few times, just so you guys are in on the loop too. So that's the first time in a long time that the CFL has simultaneous games. So Edmonton and Saskatchewan will kick off at 1 p.m. At the same time, Hamilton and Ottawa will kick off.
Oh,
Which
wow.
game do you think people are going to be watching?
Yeah.
just throwing it out there.
I'm more excited. I'm already starting to do tailgate recipes for that game.
What, the last game of the year?
Yeah.
October 24th.
Yeah.
It'll be chilly.
Yeah, be chilly, and we'll have the smoker going. And you said it's a 1 o'clock kickoff, right?
1 o'clock. Yep.
So and be able to breakfast
Same as
sandwiches.
same as the week before with
You do
Montreal.
have an unlimited access to eggs.
I do. So yeah, I'm thinking we'd make some bacon and acres and have chili for lunch.
Okay, interesting you brought up tailgating, and I totally forgot about this because you've been there just about every game. You've missed one.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on what the Riders have done, how it looks, and what you see as going to happen in the future.
Well, and again, I've said this every time we've talked about it. The Riders and Real have knocked it out of the park. I really still stand behind that every time. Getting in, getting out, all those things it's just been easy and perfect. What I'm liking, and I'm seeing it with other people's tailgates as well as our own, we're slowly adding little pieces, right?
Yep.
Everybody's tailgate is getting a little better. I know what, you helped me set up the first one. We really didn't know what we were getting into.
No, we
right?
didn't.
We kind of had an idea. We've all been to tailgates in other places, but we didn't know how much time and how we didn't want to be, but now that we all kind of are getting an idea how it's going to work. And again, I question some of the things like, I want my spot. I want the same spot every time. No, it's not. That's not going to work. Because just the way it doesn't go, it's not going to work. Because the flow of the traffic in, you need to be able to park. You can't have somebody that needs to get to the other side where there's a million people tailgating already and people walking around. But the fact that anybody can come walking in there, we've had lots of people that aren't even going to the game come walk by, have a beer, have a hot dog, sit and chat. I've ran into old teachers, and I've ran into the mayor of Lumsden stopped by. We got to meet. Dalkey's parents.
We did. That was
we actually
great.
shared. They were side by side. What a great people.
family.
Great family. They're such an unbelievable couple. And so it's been an unbelievable experience. It really has been. Like all of us, and I see it in other people's tailgates. They're getting a little better, a little more tents, more barbecues, a smoker over there. You see the different.
The
things.
flags are showing up. The games, the kids are coming there.
Exactly.
No.
So it's awesome.
I know the next two games are both weekend games, a Saturday and a Sunday with 5 o'clock starts. So people are going to be in there for noon on a weekend. I think we're going to see some bigger and bigger displays and shows as we go into those two.
I am not going to lie. I'm a little scared of Labor Day.
What are you scared of?
Well, we're going to get there early, Sharky, and you're going to be, it's the right word, excited. And that's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. We can get there 5 hours in advance at Labor Day. The next day's a holiday.
Yeah.
We're going to take advantage of every minute of that 5 hours before the game, and probably every minute of that 1 hour after the end of the game. So it's going to be a good time. I'm like 1,000% looking forward to that, and I know that's not a real number, but it's going to be a good time, and I think that will be the pinnacle of tailgating. Everybody keep their nose clean and have some fun and have good clean fun out there, and do the right things before and after, and because it's going to be a good time. But I'm really looking forward to it.
And you said kudos already to the Riders and to Real, but I want to reiterate that for something that a lot of people were excited about and maybe overexcited about, they've done a fantastic job. Outside of Barney being upset with the guy with the recycling can being 30 feet away, but we got through that. Barney was able to.
I haven't heard that story yet.
Oh, he got told he couldn't leave there with a beer in his hand. He had to do something with it, but the recycling, and he couldn't throw it on the ground. But the recycling bin was across the parking lot.
There's like a line, a gate, and the recycling bin was 30 feet outside the gate. So, and he's like, "Well, what do you want me to do? Drop this or walk 30 feet to put it in the bin?"
So they figured it out. They figured it out. They got through it. When we come back, we got to take a break. But when we come back, we will be joined by Julio Caravata, the color analyst for the BC Lions, and we'll get his take on what's going to happen Sunday between the Riders and the Lions. This is SportsCage for SAS Today. There we go. I got it. Says it right on the screen. It's good. Okay. On 620 CKRM. Welcome back to the SportsCage. Joining me today, Dan Crofts. We are both here today for Flooring Superstore. That's what you get, the backups. You get Flooring Superstore supporting the backups. Yeah.
Trent and the team over there.
They do a great job.
They do a good job.
Carry. Yeah. Great selection. Like literally great selection in there. You can see what it's going to look like. They'll give you samples to try out at home. Go see the boys at Flooring Superstore, Park on Arcola. Before we get to Giulio Caravata, we got a couple other things to do. We got a, what do we call it? Tease. Barney's big piece, the behind the face mask. He's got Mike Rose, and they're talking a little music and karaoke.
What do you listen to when you want to kind of chill out? Maybe post game, after a game?
I listen to some James Brown.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Karaoke. Mm-hmm. What's your go-to if you got one song? Maybe you're with the guys.
George Michael, Careless Whisper.
What?
I know every word.
Never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
Are you good at it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Didn't expect that one.
Well,
Whoa. Okay. What would your go-to be at karaoke?
Friends in Low Places.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do a little Islands in the Stream. Islands in the Stream.
Who sings the other part?
You're Dolly.
Why do I got to be Dolly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
I
Friends
was
in Low
waiting for a
Get a
fish in the
wig.
dark or something.
Yeah.
Fishing in the dark we could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy. Can actually play Fishing in the Dark. Can play Friends in Low Places. Yeah. Axe in the Garage.
Pretty sure Islands in the Stream is just Islands.
No, I've never even looked it up. You and your Taylor Swift and Islands in the Stream. I don't know what you got going on over there.
Okay, you can never go. Kenny. Speaking of, Kenny would be one of Kenny's albums. would
Yeah,
be,
The Gambler.
Right?
The Gambler be in there.
Little Cower of the County.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt Kenny be in our top 10. So today we are exploring what could be the top 10 greatest albums of all time. So we are taking that as a Taco Time hot take as well as your thoughts on your Taco Time hot take for the Riders for Sunday. Crofty's got a 16.5 spread as his hot take.
Riders win by 16.
Yeah, a little aggressive, but I like it. I have a field goal to win.
I was going to say, if Tommy gets his 3 touchdowns like my hot take, then your spread makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I read a couple from Brad from 2 weeks ago in Saskatoon, so I apologize, Brad.
His current hot take is that James Letcher will return his first punt back for a touchdown. Being back from
good.
injury.
That's good. And where the talk came for the albums was at a party last night in Lakeview.
What was the name of the band again?
The Fermenters. The Fermenters.
And just to be clear, how many fermented beverages had you had before you heard them?
Well, there's no need to judge. Like,
I'm not judging. I'm not judging. What
are you, Captain Curious?
It's the hot take or the over-under on that one.
What do you think the over-under was?
Oh, it's over 12, probably.
No, it was under. It was well under that. Yeah, I had to work today.
Yeah, but you were lawn bowling.
I was lawn bowling.
I hear that's the sport of drinking.
I'm not going to lie to you. You can drink in a lawn bowl. Yeah. You could have a couple beverages in a lawn bowl. It was.
I was struggling to wonder, like, is it actually a sport? But yeah. Anyways,
I think it's a game.
Well, but this is a true fact. I think that lawn bowling
facility.
What do you call it? A pitch, whatever you call the lawn,
field, turf, a lawn.
Is top rated.
It is.
It's one of the top rated lawns in Canada for lawn bowling.
And I found out yesterday it's only one of 2 with 4 8s. So they play in 8s, and it has 4. So it has 32 set fields to play on.
Pitches.
Do we know what a lawn bowling?
So the whole thing is called a bowling green. But the individual lanes, if you want to call them that, are rinks.
Oh,
it has 32 rinks.
Nice.
Yeah. Parallel lanes named rinks, where players roll the balls.
Yes.
Toward a small target called a jack.
It was a lot more fun than I anticipated it was going to be. It was actually a ton of fun. It was even better than bocce in some respects.
Oh, I loved a bocce.
Yeah.
Extreme bocce.
It's a long way. It is a long way. Like you got to roll that ball down there. It's further than it's like a curling rink almost.
So like a bowling alley?
No, it's further than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just quickly reading here. So the rinks are usually 4.3 to 5.8 meters wide. That doesn't help. I need to know how long.
8 meters would be.
Well, that's wide. I'm trying to figure out how long. So
8 meters is like 24 feet, isn't
Yeah.
it? I don't think it was that wide.
Sure, it's official size.
I don't know. Well, I guess it could be.
It doesn't
Could
give
be.
you length though, or is that maybe
it's not giving it to me right
so
away.
like a baseball park? It can be different lengths depending on because you play to the jack, right? You throw the jack and then
First.
you have to.
Yeah.
It's like bocce in that you have to get to the jack with your ball.
The jack goes back in the middle, though. You can't throw it off to the side.
You
It's
can't
gotta
do
be in-
extreme. You can't throw it across the parking lot.
No, it's got to stay in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a very important piece. You can't find the length of the ice or the rink.
I'm trying to.
Hey, we got a hot take from Brandon, who's going to be in Vancouver. At least I'm reading this. It says today at 4:22. Is that now correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Coulson. Is like too much taco time hot sauce. Connolly is going to leak out in the backfield and score 3 touchdowns. So, Brandon.
Hey, I like the writing even.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I do.
Again, back to the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Everybody dropped off those.
Nobody's dropped off any.
No Mexi fries yet.
No Mexi fries yet. We got to get that brought in.
I think I've got one here. So the rinks are between 31 and 40 meters long.
Holy jeez.
Yeah, apparently. The individual rink will...
Really?
That's 100 feet ish.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to go measure it. I don't think it was that long.
Can we?
Just from
Can't
this,
you actually literally go on Google Earth and measure?
you can get pretty close. It'd be a little tricky, but you technically could. So just from this picture I'm looking at, that's how long they are. The individual rinks are again about 4 to 6 meters wide, depending on your where you are. And then there's some lines that you have to get past, I imagine, kind of like in curling, like hog line kind of
There
things.
is a hog line you have to throw the jack past.
Okay. Yeah, that there it looks like there's a 2 meter kind of baseline from the edge, and then from that the far hog line is 25 meters. Not to be confusing at all.
Which way do you go? Did you play north and south or east and west?
North and south. You
Our
get,
best
are you
of
Google
Gator.
mapping? Like,
Yeah,
are you
Google-
like a survey guy on your phone?
then you can measure from Google Maps.
Really?
Yeah, I do it all the time. That's how we do estimates at Croft Electric.
Just zoom in.
Kidding.
Yeah, it's really going to help on the wiring in my house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, on the one plug you got to fix over at Colson's new place. Yeah. Colson?
Yeah, we could talk about that.
Yeah. Colson needs a plug changed in his new home. Colson, explain your problem.
Yeah, so first off, wife and I bought our first place, so that's fun.
Congrats.
'Cause,
Congratulations.
having a newborn wasn't busy enough. Decided to do that too.
Might as well get a puppy as well. Just to really throw it out there.
My parents got a dog. They've got that part covered. They just ended up getting the dog after the fourth of us got married and moved out. So, yeah. But one of the plugs in the kitchen, it's too close to the sink. It needs to be, what is it? RFD?
A GFIC.
GFIC. There we go. I took an electrical class in high school. I did know what it was at one point. But yeah, so I think I'm good to just swap that out myself, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, and here's why.
Okay.
When we were talking earlier, I didn't realize it was in the kitchen. So depending on the age of the house and how the kitchen was wired, as what code it was wired under, how old's the house about?
78, 77, I want to say.
So it'll probably have a 2-circuit. So it'll be a top 2 circuits on that that outlet, one on the top and one on the bottom. So you actually have to protect the whole circuit at the breaker box, because you can't. Either you got to bring it up to new code, which means it'll have to be 20 amp, which means you'd have to change the wire in the wall, which you can't do because you're not renovating right now. So invite me over for a beer and we'll throw some in at the panel for you. It's a little bigger deal than just changing the actual outlet.
Well, I get possession early September, so got to get that covered
All right,
first. But yeah,
there's your electrical safety homeowner renovation tip for the day. And you say you don't learn anything on the SportsCage.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. Before we get to Julio, because has he reached out yet? We have not found Julio yet. He's apparently on a ferry ride to the island.
Last message I got, he was heading to the island, yeah, which should be Vancouver Island, but it could be a different one.
All right. You know what? While we're waiting for him, do we have time for a little clutch performer from Kellen Solar? Can we wire that in?
Do we want to go take a break first and then do that?
If Colson says take a break, that's what we do. That's what
I could break.
I can break. All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday afternoon. It's the SportsCage on 620 CKRM. We'll be right back. Oh, the conversations that go on in here when you guys are off listening to commercials. All right, clutch performer for Kellen Solar. First off, clutch is Roman Shinkaruk. Won his flight at the Lobstick Junior in Waskesiu. Congratulations, Roman. Well done. I don't know exactly which flight it was, but we just know that he won his flight. So I don't think it was a championship flight, though. I think it was further down the mix. And I have the unclutch.
Oh, yes. Let me go
The
grab that
Ottawa,
clip.
get that feed up. The Ottawa Red Black holder, who not only did he not get it down, he gave it to the Montreal guy as he went by. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Here you go. Here you go.
This is also the punter who olayed the rider return guy earlier in the season. Here we got the video of that one as well.
Yeah, I had to go searching for it, but I still had
You
it.
still got it? Okay, if you're watching on the stream, the riders are on the punt return, and the kicker gives the old olay as he...
And then falls down.
That might be the worst attempt at a tackle ever by anybody, not just kicker, anybody.
And then the fall after made it look like it just, not good.
Danny, you had one?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not on here as much as you guys, so this one's probably an old one already. But my clutch performer is the Special Olympics volunteers and all the organization that puts on Special Olympics. In our community, from somebody that has seen what that organization does for those athletes and how it changes their lives for the better long term after that they were in it. That's my clutch performer.
Nice. Colson?
Yeah, I got one. I can hop in here. So, Little League World Series is going on right now. I explained it on Wednesday, I think, but basically there's the U.S. bracket, which is like different states facing each other, and then there's the international bracket, so like Canada lost to Korea, etc. The winner of each of those brackets plays for the final. That's the gist of the Little League World Series. But today we had Iowa and California facing off, and Iowa ended up pitching a no-hitter. And not just a no-hitter, 17 out of the 18 outs were strikeouts.
Holy jeez.
Really?
Yeah, and I believe the starting pitcher, went for 4 or 5 of the 6 innings. So, good job, Iowa. That is domination.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to bet on the Little League World Series.
Well, you shouldn't bet on any kids' sports.
Yeah, it's the pinned post on Little League's X account is it's just like we said last year. We do not condone betting on this. This is a kid's sport. Just don't. So, yeah, don't get any ideas, anybody.
I'm sure if you look somewhere, you can find a line.
If you're a couple dads in the stands swapping a quarter here and there, that's different. We're talking
for sure.
organized. You can't find this anywhere on any sites, and if you do, report it because it shouldn't be there.
I don't know if you need to report it. What do you got, a gun and a badge over there? What are you doing?
I'm just saying, don't bet on kids' sports.
Yeah.
I've got a 2-month-old now. I'm starting to figure this stuff out. I don't like
baby racing. Have you seen that?
Okay, fair enough. That's different. That's
There's
different.
good money in baby racing.
What was it? Tegan and I talked on, it was Tuesday or Wednesday, because her clutch performer was one of the Bills wide receivers set a draft order for someone's fantasy. They just had a sign and they put it down and he signed each person's spot where they would draft. And I was like, oh yeah, I've seen people who were like, oh, let the toddler run a 40-yard dash and everyone bets what time it's going to be and where you guess, that's your draft order. So that stuff, that little thing, that's fun.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be on a site somewhere. That's just weird.
No, for sure.
All right. Well, there's your anti-clutch performer from Coulson for Kellen Solar in Lumsden, Saskatchewan. Family run, solar power company. Wherever you need power, Kellen Solar can help you get power to that particular location. We still don't have Julia, do we? No, we're still waiting for Julia Caravata. So let's move on next. We got a NASCAR report.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you ready? Can you tee that up?
Give me 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
While we're teeing that up, it's racing. That post I sent you with the pig racing, where they race Model Ts and they got to take a pig.
They got to take a pig
and set it in the Model T.
And then they do a
race
lap and then drop it off and get another one. Yes. Yeah. I don't know where we're going to find that.
We should bet on that.
I'm sure there's gambling on Model T pig racing. Coulson, set us up.
The SportsCage NASCAR Report, where rubbin' is racing, is brought to you by Crofty Electric. Almost 29 years of trusted, reliable home, farm, and commercial service for all electrical needs. CroftyElectric.com and all socials.
Drivers, start your engines!
Please welcome your grand marshals.
All right.
Just makes the hair stand up
It
on my
does.
arms.
Doesn't- yeah.
Love
Although,
it.
I will agree with Curtis that Matthew McConaughey's was probably the best.
Matthews is good. I like that one, the King of Queens guy. I can't think of his name right now. And then the preacher.
Paul Blart.
Paul Blart. Yeah, Paul
Blart.
Blart is awesome. But Matthew McConaughey, and then, of course, the preacher where the, and my smoking hot wife.
Yeah, the prayer beforehand is also very NASCAR unique. Hey, this week in NASCAR, Joey Logano has had a heck of a run, winning his second race of the season and climbing from 20th to 9th in the last 6 races. In fact, Logano's wins have come in the last 4 races, so he's peaking at the exact right moment. Joe Gibbs Racing stayed near the top again, with Chase Briscoe leading most of the laps on the day and finishing second after some brake trouble. You know, when we have brake trouble, we pull over. When they have brake trouble, they still keep going at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
You'll hear him talking. The brakes. There's no brakes. Come on
keep
in.
going.
No.
It's fine. I'm good.
Austin Cindric had his best finish of the year, taking third, followed by Hamlet, Elliott, and Kyle Larson. Josh Berry and Alex Bowman both finished in the top 10 for only the 5th time this year, but they're too far behind in the points to give them a shot at the playoffs. Hamlin holds down the top spot overall with a lead of 115 points on Blaney, followed by Ty Gibbs and Tyler Reddick sitting 4th. Reddick, if you remember, won 5 races early in the season, but has since fallen to 4th in the standings. The final playoff spot, number 16, is held by Shane Van Gisbergen, the master of the road course, who has a 50-point lead on Ryan Preece for the last spot with 2 races left. Now, with only 2 races left in the regular season, this battle takes us to New Hampshire for the Dollar Tree 301. I think we saw earlier when the Sports Select that Hamlin was the choice for that as well. Right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it again.
Yeah. Final week of the season in 10 days from now takes us back to Daytona, one of the great racetracks for the Coca-Cola 400. And Daytona, you can't bet Daytona because just too much can happen.
No.
There's too much going on.
The drivers are smart. They're putting everything into Sunday.
Yeah, into New Hampshire. Yeah.
That's where your best chance is. You can do all the things right in Daytona and still.
Oh no,
crushed
Ryan
out.
Blaney is the favorite for the Dollar Tree 300. All right. Other NASCAR news. All races have been announced for 2027, and the big news for Canadian fans is the NASCAR Truck Series will race in Canada for the first time since 2020 on September 5th at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in Bowmanville, Ontario. So if you're looking for a race for 2027, check out NASCAR.com. They've got the list, and if you want to see the Truck Series, it'll be in Canada in Bowmanville.
Maybe we should go. We
Could.
could do a road trip. Hey?
Yeah. We got a budget now, don't we?
I think we still got to take those cans in to get the budget.
That'll get us to, White City.
No airport there.
No, we're driving. It's a
The
road
NASCAR
trip.
report is brought to us by our good friend Dan Crofts at Croft Electric. Thanks, Crofty. And if you need a generator, if you're preparing for fall, if you're trying to make sure you got wires to everything in the shop, call Crofty. He'll help you out.
Yeah, give us a call, especially right now. Now's the time to start thinking about fall, winter. Like an old farmer told me once, when it's hot, think about what you need when it's cold, and when it's cold, think about what you need when it's hot.
Really?
Think about that.
Right?
When it's warm, you want to make sure your water bowls are
I'm
going to work.
confused. What am I thinking about?
And in the winter, you're like, well, maybe I should make sure my air conditioner and everything's going to be ready to roll. Because the things that you need to keep you through the winter, get ready for winter in the summer, get ready for summer in the winter.
I've been your friend a long time. You don't follow that personally.
Well, not in that's not fair. We're supposed to be talking about work right now. Work-wise, we do. Just to be clear, in my home life, no, I'm buying stuff.
Phone call.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm putting water bowls in the winter.
Yeah. Hey, and we're still looking for your Taco Time hot takes on this Friday afternoon. What do you got for the Rider game on Sunday? What's your hot take? We got some crazy ones in so far. Crofty's got a 16.5 point spread. Colson's got 3 touchdowns again by Tommy Touchdown Stevens. I got a last second field goal in the game. We got somebody in with Quali Connolly running in. Right?
Yeah, that was Brandon Renenberg.
Brandon Renenberg. So, yeah.
White City.
Looking for your hot takes. And the winner of the hot take gets a $50 gift card to Taco Time.
Which is approximately 8 orders of Mexi fries.
Large Mexi fries.
Yes.
Yeah.
And have we had any albums?
Any new albums come in?
And any that were like,
I'll have to go back and look.
Because the Led Zeppelin one was a nice.
That was a
good touch.
Yep.
Pink Floyd, The Wall, another good one. You're a big fan of Taylor Swift being in there. Didn't see that coming.
Not what I said, but okay.
Yep. So we're looking for the top 10 albums of all time. Could you add Ray Charles in there somewhere?
Well,
you'd have to go deep.
Yeah. You should go back to what about Elton John? What about
the Beatles? Got to have one.
Beatles.
Is it Abbey Road? Is the Beatles? Is it Abbey Road or is it a different one?
Probably Abbey Road if you're only picking one.
Do they get more than one?
What about Elvis?
What about the Stones?
I think we already did. You said the Stones already.
Okay. What's your top country album of all time?
Be Garth probably.
Kenny. Or is it Johnny Cash?
Oh yeah, the Man in Black.
Yeah. So these are
Merle. We got
Merle Haggard.
Yeah. Well, Willie. It's tough. We need to get a whiteboard. Colson, clear the studio out. We need a whiteboard.
We're gonna need some work over here in the background.
We need some sticky notes because I feel like they're gonna go up and go down.
Yeah, we're gonna be taking people on and off.
We should do a bracket.
We could do a bracket, greatest albums of all time. Colson, do you have the potential to put this together?
We could do that. Let's probably save it for the off season once we're done Rider Talk. But yeah,
we have talked a lot about the Riders today.
We have,
right? If you've been following along, biggest challenge for the Riders looks to be their wide receivers against BC's secondary. That looks to be the big battle on the day. BC's secondary is regarded as much improved by everybody that we've talked to. And Riders are getting Sam Emelis back and probably Quali Connolly as well as
most
an
likely
lineman or two. So yeah,
we're pretty sure on that one.
Yeah,
this might be a question for our guest that's coming on. What are the ticket sales like? What's the place going to feel like on Sunday?
Colson's got a guy.
Yeah, I got a guy. So Matt Young from CTV Saskatoon, friend of the show, he likes to do. He'll go on Ticketmaster and analyze the tickets. I think he has a program that doesn't just do it himself, but. Actually, 3 hours ago, he's on the road right now, so he doesn't have a picture update. But he said apparently tickets are surging. I did see a post that they're opening the Upper Bowl. That's the second one we've done this season.
Nice.
So his last post is from yesterday. They have just under 21,000 tickets sold and distributed. So that's people have physically bought the tickets. Yep. They still have another 7,000 available at that time. But that was just lower bowl. And they have opened it up since then, so I guess we're getting close to that 30,000 butts and seats number, which would be awesome.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. Yeah.
Anytime more people out there loving the game, the better, right?
It's a great game. It's a great product, and BC's owner has done an amazing job at selling that product and selling it in the Lower Mainland. So here's a question then on the Sunday afternoon game. They got a 5:00 start Sunday. That's our time, so it's, what is that, 4 in BC?
4 o'clock in BC, yeah.
Okay. Is that a magic time for them? Is that right? Is that just or is that just the luck of the draw?
When they're setting the season up, I know we had this conversation last year because the schedule came out so late. We had the conversation with a few people about how the teams will make their requests, right? So I know teams when they're scheduling the Rider game for say Calgary, they're always like, hey, can you make that a Saturday for us so we can get a lot of people in the stands? Because it's the Rider game. They know the fans travel. So the teams will make their requests, right? There's the ones that aren't changing, like the Labor Day matchups, stuff like that, right? That's not changing. So it's the other stuff around that they're working with of, okay, BC wants a lot of Friday and Saturday games so that they can have people travel in from the Lower Mainland or from the island. Stuff like that, right? So the teams can all make their requests. That doesn't mean they're all met. So BC probably got told, hey, you're playing this one on Sunday. It's probably going to be an evening or a night game. BC went, okay, can we get it at 4 o'clock then? Because that gives time for people to come in and then still get home, right? That would be my guess from a distance. So
quite a speech for a guess.
Thanks.
I'm not going to lie to you. That was, yeah.
I do sit here a lot, and so I pick up a lot of stuff as we talk with people on the show. So yeah, I'm not the authority on everything, but I do hear a lot from the authorities on things.
Okay, and our SportsCage poll today, if you're wondering, we're looking for your mid-season grade for the Riders' offense. Where would you have the Riders' offense mid-season?
I haven't voted on this yet. I should probably do that.
Okay.
You know,
I guess we're taking offense as a whole because not, being that we were lacking some players last game.
It is letter grades, by the way. A, B, C, or F. That's what
D?
the options are. No, they skipped over D.
There's no D's. No D.
Okay. All right.
It's the offense. We don't do D.
So, could we do the pluses and the minuses?
I mean, you could. The multiple choice on the website is just A, B, C, F. But if you yourself want to caveat and say, I'm giving them a C plus or whatever, sure. I think I'd give them a B minus.
As you know, as a C plus student.
When did you get a C plus?
Gym class.
My gym class that brought the average up, brought it up.
I'm one to talk, though.
Yeah, you got a gym degree.
I do. I have a degree in gym. Yeah.
You can make a bracket. You went to 4 years,
bracket.
4 years of university to learn how to make a bracket.
Yeah. Double elimination.
Yeah, I would say C plus, B minus in that range. I think we got room, but I mean that's part injury. Holy, can't talk. Injury related in a way. I think if we would have had all our receivers and all those kind of guys. And I mean, I guess when we think about it too, you always put the lens of the last game, the last couple games.
Your lens does tend to narrow.
We've forgotten about the first 3-4 games. So I think, I just think we have some room for improvement, which I obviously think is going to happen this weekend. Which I'll get them back up to that B plus in my book.
I got him at B plus as well. I think there's a lot of good things happening, even though we've lost some key starters. We've had some great replacements come in, and we've had some young guys have a chance to shine and show what they can do. So that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah. The voters are saying right now mostly B, about 84%. 9% saying C, 8% saying A. Nobody has voted F yet, which I think we can all agree on.
That's
When you've got the measuring stick of Ottawa, we're not voting F.
Yeah, if that's F, then we're not there.
Do you know what I will say, though? Through 9 games, our defense has allowed the fewest points in the CFL. So, yeah, we got that going for us.
Nice.
So we get the best defense in the league.
We do have a linebacker leading the interceptions race, though, and that part I'm kind of like, something's up. But at the end of the day, as long as we're winning games, it's okay. It's just one of those things of what's going on with the secondary. We used to see all the turnovers, all the interceptions, and now something's out of whack. Which
you know what? I wouldn't panic on that. I think they're in good shape. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not panicking on it. It's more of a what's going on. Like
it's a room for improvement kind of place.
Yeah, and like as much as now we're missing Tavon Campbell and Roland Milligan, as much as that's a factor in it, we weren't getting those interceptions when they were still in for the first 6 games. So that's where like I'm not panicked. I'm not worried. It's just kind of a what's going on back there? What's changed? Is it just the quarterbacks on the other side are like, yeah, I see Agent Zero. I'm going the other way. Right? Is that just it? If that's the case, cool. That's fine.
Then they're doing their job.
Yeah. We're still letting up the least amount of points, like you said, and we're still winning games. So not a concern, just a observation.
So we got a few minutes left in hour 2. We're still waiting and trying to reach Giulio Caravata. Hopefully we can track him down. He's on a boat somewhere. Because I was on a boat that day.
I was going the other way. 3 hour tour.
He's not headed to Gilligan's Island. Hey, it's Friday afternoon at SportsCage. We're on 620 CKRM. Sports Sticker today for Extreme Hockey and Sport. Locations in Regina and Moose Jaw as well as at the Cooperators. Tonight, Winnipeg is in Edmonton to take on the Elks. We're cheering for Winnipeg tonight, in case anybody's wondering. Yeah, it's not a good feeling. I'm not going to lie to you. I threw up a little in my mouth. Jays are at the Yankees, start 5:05. Jays are a half game out of the wild card spot. And this weekend, the Regina Thunder takes on the Winnipeg Rifles. So 2-0 Thunder versus 0-2 Rifles. That'll go at Leibel Field on Sunday. Sports Sticker for Extreme Hockey and Sports in Regina. Fully stocked for the 2026 season. Female gear and sticks. New arrivals from CCM and other sticks as well from Pro Stock. Barney's handwriting here is a little poor. Fitted by experts, work within your budget, locally focused, locally owned. Extreme Hockey on McIntyre. Okay, we've got
And Moose Jaw.
Sorry?
And in Moose Jaw.
And a Moose Jaw. Sorry, and a
New
Moose Jaw.
location. Moose Jaw.
We got a clip. Dave was fortunate enough to send us some stuff. He had a chat with Jacob Brammer this weekend as they prepare for the BC Lions.
Jacob Bramer, we are 9 games into the season, the halfway point. How are we feeling right now?
Feel good with where we're at as a team. There's definitely always room for improvement, so we're always looking for a little 1% to get better every single day.
Tell me about you. Nobody's 100% at this time of year, but is it more grinding mentally or physically, or are they equal?
They're about equal, but at this point, it's like it really does turn to that mental side, right? Like we know everyone's going to be nicked up, they're going to be hurting, but it's just a matter of just being able to kind of push through it every day, rely on your teammates and coaching staff and everything like that to get through it.
Tell me about the right side of the offensive line. You're between Logan Ferland and Jamarcus Hardrick game after game, practice after practice. How is that for the confidence and the growth of you individually?
It's been a lot of help for me. Just coming in last year, my first year full starting, they made my life a lot easier, right? They both played a lot of football, so just try to be a sponge and soak up all the information that they could give me, and they've really helped my game a lot, so I've been forever grateful to them.
Let's talk about your offensive game. When you run the football, you are very successful. For example, A.J. Ouellette averaging about 75 yards a game. That's dropped off the last couple of weeks. How important is it to establish the run game through physicality?
No doubt. We always want to be a physical team, and we always want to run the ball. And we know as a team, really, we're putting a lot on ourselves as the offensive line, just moving forward throughout the season, right? Just trying to put the stuff on us, and if it's not, it's really just the whole team just coming together as one.
A.J. Ouellette has often talked about how he communicates with the offensive line on what he's seeing and how he thinks that this can progress, this being the offense as a whole. You've had A.J., you've had Qualley, you've had Thomas, Star Thomas in the backfield. Does that change anything with you, whoever's running the ball behind you?
No, not at all. I mean, A.J., Andrew Harris, they've done a great job just kind of really helping out that whole room as a whole, and they've really done a great job. So if anything's going wrong, we got to fix it within the offensive line room.
All right, tell me about Tommy Stevens, and he's the other guy that carries the ball.
No doubt. He's awesome. I mean, you see it whenever he comes in the game, the O-line gets pumped up. That's Tommy time, right? We love it. So he just brings a whole bunch of juice to the team, and we're really excited.
A lot of juice going to be flowing this weekend against a rival in BC. Do you get up any more or less against a rivalry that is growing with the Lions?
No doubt. I mean, we know that they're a great team. Their defensive line, their defense as a whole is really playing really well right now. So we got all the respect in the world for them. So we know we have to really be locked in on all of our stuff.
Matthew Betts, one of the premier pass rushers in this league. You've faced him before. You've faced other premier pass rushers. Anything you need to do to change your game, or is it just a matter of preparation?
Just a matter of preparation, but like I said, we have a ton of respect for him. He's one of the best, if not the best in the league right now, so we have a lot of respect for them as a whole.
Well, Jacob, continued success throughout the course of the season and this weekend in Vancouver.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Was he a CFL All-Star or just a West All-Star last year? Which was
That is a good question. Let me look that up.
All right. Jacob Brammer, chat with Dave. I always like that they have respect. You're never going to say we don't respect them, ever. Well, I mean,
it's a bad idea. If you do.
There's people I don't respect, but yeah, it's a bad idea if you throw that in the mix. I mean, our hot takes have come in. We've had a few more.
Jacob Bramer was an all-star for guard.
West or all CFL?
West. I don't know. I don't see CFL.
Okay, we'll take that.
Not currently.
All right. Some good hot takes so far. What else do we got going on there? Saskatchewan 26, BC 21. Hey, our first combine images come in. For those of you out in the field with the rider flag hanging off there. Sammy,
we're not taking pick the score, though.
No, but that's his hot take.
Yeah,
26-21.
but his hot take, I think, is that harvest has started.
Yes.
Looking good.
That looks like the peas are coming off there, Sammy.
What are you getting per acre?
Yeah, let us know.
Text us in.
Okay, that's an August. I'm looking at. You don't delete the old text. You just give me the new.
The program doesn't do that. Just look where I highlighted at the bottom.
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd.
Bert, we appreciate that. Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. That one's
Shania Twain.
Yes.
Yeah,
good
leave your name.
Shania.
That's from an anonymous texter. Leave your name so we can shout you out.
Yeah, we gotta. See
Maybe it was Shania herself. I heard she's a big fan of the show.
Would she have a 306 number?
Oh,
she could.
Burner. She's got a burner.
Yeah, she's got a burner. If anybody have a burner, it'd be Shania. right?
I think it'd be you, Sharky, but
You can,
He texted that in himself. What do you- he just didn't want us to know he was a big Shania fan.
I don't think there's any shame in that.
You've opened up about your Taylor Swift infatuation, so let's carry on from there. Yes. So, yeah, that we are looking for top 10 albums of all time. So if you got one you want to add as our Taco Time hot take, as well as what you think is going to happen between BC and Saskatchewan on Sunday, we've got a couple here, a 16.5 point spread from Crofty, which I think is a little aggressive, but nonetheless.
Gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
Gotta believe.
Yeah. Colson's got 3 touchdowns from Tommy Stevens to get back another hat trick. And personally, I think it's going to be a last-second field goal to make it happen. Travis says, hey,
I like it, Travis.
Sales pick 6.
I like it.
Travis in Marengo.
Is he in Marengo?
Yeah, he's in Marengo. Yeah.
Nice.
Kindersley country, I believe. Marengo. Yes.
I kind of made me feel like it was a beach, Marengo.
It's not a beach.
Right? We should have some
any water there. There's not even a creek. Well, that's just about hour 2 in the books. We still can't find Julio Caravata. He's on a boat somewhere with Gilligan and the skipper, and we don't know when he'll be back. When we start hour 3, though, our good friend Luc Mullinder will join us and bring us up to date on all he's seen at Rider practice and what he thinks as we head into the weekend against the British Columbia Lions. This is SportsCage on 620 CKRM. Welcome back. Hour 3 of the SportsCage from our beautiful studio in downtown Regina, corner of Rose and 12th. If you've been joining us on the stream, we really appreciate it. Hit the like and follow button. And if you're listening on the radio, appreciate you too, especially if you're in the Combine, like one of our guys was, and I believe he's on the Peas. That's what it looked like.
Peas?
Peas. That's what it looked like.
Think he's got any sloughs around?
Oh, yeah, if you have sloughs with
Sammy, if you've got sloughs around your peas, give us a call.
In exactly 11 days, Ducks and Geese open. So if you're wondering where Danny and I will be on the September 1st, early in the morning, it'll probably be in Camo somewhere out the opening day of Ducks and Geese. Let's go out on the Western Pizza guest hotline. We have the great Luc Mullinder, the Grey Cup champion Luc Mullinder, joining us. Colson, where do you got Luke? There he goes. There's Luke. That looks like backyard.
What's up, boys?
Luke. Is that the
Looking
backyard?
good.
Yeah, backyard. We've been in the pool for a while now. Had to take a break to talk to you 2 slaps, so, you know.
We appreciate it.
No, I'm glad we did. We did. It's always good to talk football.
It is. You know what, Luke? I haven't had a chance to talk to you a whole bunch this season or even follow up, but what do you take away from the Hamilton game? What would you as the broadcaster and a player take away from that Hamilton game?
I actually mentioned it when we were in the broadcast. You know, the receivers and the offense that Trevor Harris had, you know, was really good against Ottawa. It looked really good, right? But I'll tell you what, man, that's an exceptional Hamilton defense. And, you know, those same guys, I mean, they don't have a ton of experience underneath their belts. And I think that, you know, some of that showed. But you know what? Honestly, you have those games, right? You have those games where, you know, it just doesn't feel, you know, right from the minute you start warming up. Every team goes through one of those games where just nothing works and it's hard to do anything and it's inconsistent. So you just got to make sure that you take the things that you see on film and harness just sort of the feelings that you had throughout the week and, more importantly, the day before. And if you start feeling like that again, do something that makes you feel otherwise, because you don't want to have too many of those consecutively. But again, it's a long season. We're just nearing the halfway point now. My thoughts on it were it was a loss to a good Hamilton team. Yes, it was frustrating watching Trey. I tweeted this, man. Every time Trey Ford plays the Saskatchewan Roughriders, it's like Mike Vick's out there, you know?
It is.
Yeah.
And it's only against us. Oh, did we lose him? We're going to find him again as we watch that Hamilton touchdown again.
Yep. And he does, like...
That is a heck of a catch.
Like, stretches right out there to get that.
Yeah. And
that catch is in, right, guys? Like, but that's the thing. You know, every team's going to have a game or two like that during the season. You just got to make sure you learn from it, right? And that's the key. We had, I mean, I mean, trust me, there were games where you get on the bus and you're just like, I am the worst football player on this entire planet. And I'm going to get cut tomorrow. I need to go and call whoever it is to tell them I'm coming home because I suck. I suck at this game.
Truck driving
right?
school.
And right? And every game, everyone has a game like that. So you just got to make sure it doesn't happen again. And more importantly, I mean, you got a really good BC team right now that's playing a little bit better. I do think that the things that BC does, especially defensively, I think Saskatchewan can handle that. Obviously, it looks like we're getting a little bit healthier, which is good. And you just got to go out there and perform, man. It's about that time. We're nearing Labor Day where this season really starts picking up. And the nice part about it, there's a lot of guys in that locker room that have that championship quality to them. And they're going to be able to navigate games like the Hamilton game.
You know, it's interesting that you brought up guys coming back from injury because I think that's one of the key things we're seeing as we go into this weekend. There's 5 guys that were on the 6 game or on the 1 game that are now probable or they practiced all week, as well as Quali Conley. What does that do for us?
Well, hopefully it allows you to play. But, I mean, it is what it is. If you get a guy like Sam Emilus back, you get a guy like Ali Saad back, it's just going to make you better. I think that it's one of those deals where when you're a championship team, again, we've talked a lot about this just because of the similarities between the 2007 and 2008 team, right? Where 2008, you get a ton of injuries and you're coming off a championship season. But again, there's guys like Ali Saad who were in that locker room before. And it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, listen, we've been in these spots before. We've lost games before, right? The key is not to lose a ton of games like the way we lost it in Hamilton. And now that BC's playing better, this is a great opportunity to really test ourselves and our ability to bounce back and our ability to get things right. And I think that there's just enough young guys playing right now to where once you start getting even healthier, now you start getting a lot deeper, right? So before, when you're talking about a team that coming out of training camp, you're like, oh man, it's interesting to see where the depth guys are going to be. Well, you know what? You just got a couple games where you saw which guys you have in your depth, right? And at the end of the year, when you expect your veterans to perform, it's going to be real nice knowing that so-and-so can give you a few reps here and there at a high level because he's got some of that experience, right? The worst thing you can do is at the end of the year, start playing all these guys that have no experience at all when every single game matters. I think of Coach Echeverry, right? And he used to say, oh, all yards are 3 feet, but not all yards are the same, right? Like that's kind of the season, part of the season. That's kind of part of the season we're entering, boys. So we got to be ready for it, right? And so it's good that we got some young guys playing. It's great that we got some vets coming back, and you just got to find that mix and that magic that floats that locker room for the rest of the year.
What do you think the keys are to get to Rourke, to get him off his game, knock him back, get to him, get some sacks? What are the keys to get around to get it?
Well, I think for Rourke, it's a good question. He's got some playmakers out there. I've always felt like you got to mix things up in front of quarterbacks, right? You got to. I think the Riders are good at this. You don't want to show too early, especially for the smart quarterbacks, right? Like if you're going to blitz off the edge, or whether it's a halfback or a linebacker, right? You don't want to line the guy right up off the edge, right? But then timing becomes an issue too. I think that if you it's not about like 1 or 2 things you do against a guy like Nathan Rourke. It's about taking those moments, and if there is a mistake made, right? If there is a mistake made, capitalizing on it, right? Tips and overthrows. We haven't seen a ton of interceptions. That's something that was synonymous with the Saskatchewan Roughrider defense last year, right? Sacks were as well. But I think that if you just continue to stay at it, just frustrate the quarterback. Rourke's a good one, right? There's not really sort of that answer where you're like, oh man, like, so for instance, if I was taking Trey Ford, right, and knowing that he was going to be the starting quarterback, one of the things that we would have said was like, let's keep this team in 2nd and 8, right? Because that's the skill set that Trey Ford has to prove that he's going to beat us with is his arm. Well, Nathan Rourke can beat you in a number of ways, right? I think it's one of those deals where you go up to BC and you say, like, we don't care who's coming in at quarterback. It's about us. It's about our defensive execution. It's about our offensive execution. Let's roll.
Yeah, and agreed. And trying to get more interceptions. If we can rush him and
yeah, totally right. Game. I mean, that's the thing. You have a guy like Nathan Rourke. I mean, you can't really be like, oh man, yeah, we really got to get him in this position, and then he's ours, right? Like we thought we had Trey Ford in that position last week. There were a ton of 2nd and 7+ situations where I'm sitting up in the booth. I'm be like, yeah, they got the Riders got him right where they want him. Boom, big play, boom, touchdown, right? Like it's not necessarily about that. It's about okay, how are we going to react to this, right? How are we going to react to that? Things like that.
Rider running back, Star Thomas, I thought he did a good job for his first time, for first action in the CFL. No complaints about that. But there's talk they're going to get Quali Conley back. What do you see as the difference between those two? Is there an edge to one or the other? Which one do you prefer? Does it make a difference? I mean,
how do we know right now, right? Quali Conley played in Edmonton and Star Thomas played against Hamilton, right? Like two performances against two really good defenses, and again, like what can we really glean from either of those guys at the moment? You know what I mean? I'd love to see his grade out sheet against pass pro. That's kind of where I gravitate towards, because Trevor Harris, a guy that can make every single throw on the field, if you protect him, he'll absolutely kill your team, and we've seen that. And I mean, they're the defending Grey Cups. One of the reasons why is Trevor Harris's ability to play the quarterback position when he's protected. That's kind of where I just want the running back, right? That will get you the tough yards, but more importantly, understands like if they're overloaded to the side and the offensive line sliding one way, I want the running back that can make the block, that knows who's coming free, whether it's guy in the middle or whether it's guy off the edge, right? That's the guy I want. You know what I mean? In this offense, I think both of them can make plays, right? Both of them can go between the tackles. I think both of them can catch out of the backfield, right? I want the guy that's going to be able to block and going to grade out in the high 90s, right? I'm talking 99 to 100s too, not 92. You know what I mean? Like, that's the guy I want.
So not the kind of grades that Danny and I got at any point in our life previous to this.
No. You're looking at a guy that got all his A+ were in gym class, and that was all. So, my parents were putting 65s on the fridge, boys. That was an accomplishment, right? And if I got anything over a 65 in anything but gym, they just knew I was cheating somehow. So
that's right. Yeah, that's the same in my house. Same in my house.
You go to the NCAA, you're a D1 player, right? You major in eligibility, and that's about all.
BC secondary, there's been a lot of talk about this week how BC's secondary has improved. Farhan talked about it earlier. We've had a couple other people highlight it. They've simplified some things, but does the addition of MLS give us that three-headed attack we need?
Yeah, MLS he catches everything, right? And who's to know? Who's to know how healthy he is, right? Is it one of those things where it's like, I can be back, but, I'm going to have to take it easier, or is like, I'm full go? I would hope it's full go. But here's the thing about BC. You said it right there. I think that they just simplified things, right? You have to be able to play fast. Every single defensive coordinator is as good as the players that are out there executing the things that he wants to call. And I've always seen defensive coordinators, the ones that are successful are the ones that are like, Chris Jones used to do it. I think that at some point, sometimes you just need to run like 2 or 3 plays and just ask your guys to not think and go out there and be ballers. You know what I mean? When BC blitzes, it's not like they're the most complicated team, right? You have to be able to see what's coming. But again, I think that they don't do a ton right now, and I think that that's what's helping them, is the fact that they're not doing anything too extravagant, right? You're not out here like against Coach Brian Flores, right? Where it's like, oh man, I'm about to see 5 potential blitzes from this one look, and if I motion this guy over, that 5 turns into 7, right? Like, no, I think that they're simplifying it. I think that they've let their guys just go out and play fast. And I think that that helps, right? Like when you play fast, you play confident and you execute, right? It's when you're thinking too much. That's when you're slowing down, like you're a step too late, right? Or you're a step too early if you're a blitzing guy and you give away the whole thing. I think the BC Lions have done a great job in just simplifying things for their guys and allowing those guys to just be out there and feel like they're in the playground. You remember in 6th grade when you averaged like 340 yards, 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, all at recess, right? You went in there and you're like, oh, just another all-pro recess, boys, right? Like the closer you can get to that feeling, that's what you got to get the harness as a professional athlete, right? Like, man, you just go out there and you just dominate, right? Like the recess was so easy. Lunchtime, that was the best time. You averaged like 348 in recess, and then you came out after lunch and you hit them for another 506 tubs, and played safety and got like 9 interceptions. But the reason why is you were just having fun, right? You were just having fun. You weren't thinking of nothing. So I think that's kind of, where BC is right now, is just executing, because those guys look like they're having a little bit more fun than they were in the beginning of the year.
It's interesting you brought up fun, because today, one of our top topics today has been top 10 albums of all time. Now, there's no set genre. There's no set age limit. Top 10 albums of all time.
So if you were going to be on a desert island and you could only take one album or 10 albums, what would you take?
What would you take with you?
If I'm on a desert island?
Yes.
And you have a CD player.
And with power. Unlimited batteries, I assume?
Yeah. Solar power. Yeah. What's your
so I have a solar power cell phone that's only giving me iTunes. Oh, man, you know what?
and only 10 albums on iTunes.
Yeah, you're maxed out.
Jeez. I don't know, boys. I've always felt like, I felt like I've assimilated into the culture here in Saskatchewan pretty well since I arrived here out of Michigan State University. The one thing that I haven't quite caught on to culturally is the music. I'm gonna be honest,
I can see that.
But that's why we want yours.
Every single song, like country song. If it's a dude, I just assume it's Garth Brooks singing. If it's a lady, I just assume it's Sheryl Crow, right? Like, that song. I was golfing yesterday, and I'm telling my buddy how sweet this one song is, and it's that she's from Texas, he's from Texas. I can tell whatever, right? Like,
yeah.
Well, dude. Well, I only hear that song like once in a blue moon, right? So I'm like, man, this is the greatest song ever made. And he's like, dude, this is like the most popular song in the world right now. What are you talking about? So I haven't. So I feel like some of the albums that I throw out there, people just aren't going to relate to, right? I think I'd take Drake's latest album. I think I'd take Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt album. I'd take Boyz II Men's second album with End of the Road. On that one, whatever one that one is, that's 3. Man, I'd want to take one of the Metallica albums, I think.
Yes.
Right? I think I'd do that. I'd take, man, you got to have, well, we're on a desert island, so Bob Marley will go hard, right? So that's 5.
Nice ad. Very nice ad. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, right? Like, Bob's in there. Who else? Yeah, I don't think I'd take any country music. Yeah. I know this is CKRM, right? I mean, I don't think I would take any country music. I might take like a few here's who's a country star to me. You want to hear a country? Shabuzi is a country star to me. But to everybody else, he's like, nah, that's not a country star. And I'm like, oh, you're just being racist. And they're like, no, it's just not a country. You know what I mean?
I saw him at the Opry. He was actually really good.
Oh, dude! So I take Shabuzi's album with East of Massanutten, and so not his recent album, the one before that. And Charlotte Cardin. You guys Google Charlotte Cardin. I don't even know what album it is. All I know, the album cover is orange, and I got like 6 songs from that album on a playlist. So I'd take her. What's that? 7, and then if it's truly a deserted island.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's truly a deserted island, I'd be willing to just let God figure the last 3 out.
Luke, that's the kind of feedback we need. We hadn't got anybody bring us down that path. So yeah, we had a lot of this.
And right. Well, actually, I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind some gospel music either. Because you're going to be praying a lot. If you guys are on an island, right, and all you got is a solar powered like iPhone that only plays Apple Music.
CD player and your
You're screwed.
10 CDs. Don't let that sand in that CD player. You scratch up those CDs.
Yeah, like you're screwed, right? You're praying a lot. So I think a good gospel album would probably go hard at that point, you know? If you could figure out what day was Sunday, you could listen to it on one of those days. But like, you know, there's no way you're going to even know what day it is. And so, you know?
Yeah. Or fishing season. It doesn't change anything. No, it's exactly.
Well, you're not. If you're stranded on a desert, on an island, every day's fishing season. Otherwise, you're starving to death.
Every
right?
day's fishing and hunting.
Luke, enjoy the trip to BC. Look forward to a great call from you on Sunday, and go Riders.
Yep, go green.
Man, you know what? I'm really excited about this game. I think that the both teams. It's a really interesting game. Just sort of where we are in the point of the season, and then after that, there's one more before everybody starts talking about Labor Day. So I'm excited.
Yep. So are we.
I'm. My hot take was we're gonna win by 16. So
by 16.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah, we're going to beat him down.
Are you guys drinking right now? 16? My God.
He's been on the sun today. Yeah.
Who the hell are we playing Miller? You're not winning by 16 against BC. No disrespect to Miller. I know they're a good football team, but hey. We got to figure out what we're playing.
Thanks very much. Get back in the pool. Enjoy Friday. Take care, brother.
Yeah, you guys made me go and get this shirt all the way upstairs. I didn't have a shirt. Like, that was the hardest thing I've done in the last 3 hours, is go get a shirt for you guys. You know?
Well, you look great.
All right, boys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
All right, Luc Mullinder on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline, bringing us poolside from the Mullinder residence in Regina with all his hot takes and his top 10 albums he'd bring with him. We got to take a break. When we come back, it's the SportsCage on 620 CKRM. Tonight in the CFL, Winnipeg, who we're cheering for, is in Edmonton against the Elks. We're cheering for them against our wishes. Jays are at the Yankees. They are through one. I believe they're scoreless. Last time I looked up at the big screen. Jays are a half game out of the wild card spot as of today. And Sunday, I like to bring this up, the Regina Thunder host the Winnipeg Rifles. That goes at Leibel Field Sunday afternoon.
0-0 after one.
Thank you. Scoreless after one. That is your sports ticker for Steelcraft Doors. Made in Western Canada for Western Canada. Check out their giant showroom on Park Street, just off Victoria Avenue here in Regina. Steelcraft Doors. Fantastic garage doors. Fantastic garage doors.
Nice.
It has been a pretty special day today. We've had our hot takes come in. Jay-Z, the Blueprint 3, the real Damon, that was his choice. Okay. That's one of his top games. Albums. Sorry. Yes. Go Lions Go, says Dion in Regina. Nice. Thanks. Eat it. Metallica, Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Metallica's in there. Yeah. Marengo is a tropical hotspot of the prairies. Mayor Travis McKillop.
Nice.
Yeah. And Travis had a good hot take.
Yep.
With Sales taking one back to the house for 6. Crofty's got the Riders by 16.5. You can't find that line anywhere else.
Apparently, Jeffy in Calgary says, I'm an irrational Rider fan. Jeffy, I just bleed green.
Yeah.
And
you're just as rational as they can.
Yeah. And Jeffy, I think you're just as irrational as I am as a Stamps fan. So, I'll take that as a compliment from you as a fellow CFL aficionado.
SportsCage poll today. We want your midseason grade for the Riders offense. Generally in the B category is where we got everybody. We were all B pluses, B minuses. Yeah.
Yep. Still looking like that.
Still looking like that. Okay. Crofty, I want to thank you for coming in today. I appreciate you supporting and being a part of it.
No problem.
And your feed on the NASCAR report was very, very nice.
Yeah, no problem. It's happy to help. Happy to help you take care of Barney's baby here for him while he's taking care of one of his other babies.
Yeah.
Having lots of fun.
Appreciate that very much. Sunday, Riders in BC. What time's the broadcast start on CKRM?
5 p.m.
No, that's the game. What's the pregame show?
Oh, 2 p.m.
The pregame show.
Yeah, the pregame show's at 2.
What is it called?
Countdown to kickoff.
Brought to you by?
Crofty Electric.
I think it's by Crofty Electric.
Got to get those plugs in.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, countdown to kick off at 2. Broadcast starts at 5 o'clock. Riders at BC Place. You've got 16.5. The actual line that we saw on Sports Select's 1.5. So maybe go with the Sports Select number instead of Danny's.
Oh, no. Bet my number.
Yeah. But the over-under was at 61.5, and I think that's light. I think that's a bet over.
I think it's going to be a shootout. I think, yeah.
I do. I agree with you. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think both teams' offenses are going to be okay. I think the Riders got to be in their bonnet. I don't think they're happy with their offense from last week. I think Trevor Harris is going to take that personally and try to light BC up.
Agreed. And he's got some tools back in the toolbox. And hopefully the defense, lights up Rourke a little bit, makes him uncomfortable in the backfield, and we turn some of that into some interceptions. And next thing you know, my 16 doesn't look that dumb.
We'll talk about that on Sunday after the game. Luc Mullinder's point about dealing with Rourke was, I thought really interesting, is that there's not one set solution for him, right?
Agreed.
It's a different look and it's a different activity all the time.
That speedy offense, not taking a lot of time. Don't let him, or speedy defense. Don't let him think. Don't let him,
Yeah, be in his face whenever you can and make those things happen. Ryder injury report today is better than we've seen before. Yeah, Sam Analyst available, practiced. He looks like he's good to go. Zach Fry and Daniel Johnson were both full pads, full equipment. They're ready to go. James Letcher Jr. could be in the lineup, and Ali Saad could be added as well. Quali Connolly was listed at 95%.
That's what I was told, yeah.
The last report we had.
Yeah. While we were talking Ryder Broadcast Network, I remembered we still got another tease for Barney's Behind the Face Mask.
Oh, we don't want to miss out on Barney's Behind the Face Mask.
Yeah, so
this one's about video games, is it not?
Yeah, so he was talking with Mike Rose again, and video games and Madden, yeah.
All right.
If you're with the guys here and we got a video game competition, what game would you not be beat at when it comes to video games?
Super Smash Brothers and Tetris.
Tetris?
Yeah.
How's your Madden game?
I don't play Madden anymore.
You weren't? Did you back in the day, though?
In 2017, a guy named Michael Kashek for the McMaster people was my roommate. I beat him every day in Madden, and I told him, if you ever beat me in Madden, I will never play Madden again. And on the last day before the Grey Cup, he beat me in Madden, and I have not played Madden since.
The retirement game. Mike Rose, Tetris guy, James Brown, Behind the Face Mask. Thanks.
Oh, appreciate it, y'all.
What was the song you wanted? His
James Brown. Oh,
no, his
Careless Whisper.
Yeah,
his karaoke.
His karaoke song.
Wouldn't have got that. Wouldn't have got that.
I'm gonna go learn the words.
No, please don't. Please don't. Hey, we got a couple of clips from Coach Mace. Coach, has he been happy with his team's approach this week?
Yeah, I thought today was certainly a great way to end the week of practice. The physical components of it before we hit into walkthrough tomorrow. But ultimately, those things have to translate on game day.
He would have to be happy that everybody showed up ready to work, right? Made ready to change from what happened last week. But he says, what are the challenges do the defenses face with two elite quarterbacks?
Yeah, it's tough, and there's I think it's been kind of the conversation throughout the season at the level of quarterback play we're getting across the league, and certainly we're happy as ever that ours is who ours is. I'm sure they feel the same way. But yeah, it's going to put stresses on defense. You're going to try to see if you can force guys into making, decisions that they don't really want to make. But it's tough versus quarterbacks of this caliber, right? So it's good. It's good for the defense as far as challenge-wise because, if it's not this week, it's the next one. And I'm sure there's going to be a quarterback that another team, they love theirs too, right? So just a great test, man.
So that's Friday. Friday's in the books. Sounds like our boys are ready to go versus the Lions. I want to thank Dan Croft from Crofty Electric for coming in, helping me out today.
Thanks for having me, and it was a great time, yeah.
Colson, appreciate you as always, brother.
No problem. Thanks for making us not sound like morons.
Yeah.
I mean, more
less,
like morons.
Less, yeah. Hey, we're going to go to break. When we come back, Farhan Lalji from Hour 1 will replay that interview for you and hear his thoughts as the Riders prepare for BC. It's a SportsCage on 620 CKRM.